Everyone says they want to change the world.
But not everyone will.
We are not everyone. Everyone says they want to change the world.
But not everyone will.
We are not everyone. Everyone says they want to change the world.
But not everyone will.
We are not everyone.
Whether you're looking to
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Whether you're looking to refinance or finance new auto loan, Owyhee Federal Credit Union has some of the lowest rates in town. Rates as low as 2.55% APR. You have no reason not to check us out. It's easy. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955.
People helping people. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
If you ranch or farm, you've all lost them out there one time or another. I'm talking about rake teeth. Your John Deere dealer Grossenberg Implement knows how important they are this time of year as you're raking those corn stalks together to bale or getting ready for next year's hay crop. So this week, Grossenberg Implement is offering 8% discount on all rake teeth. Fix those worn out teeth on your hay rake now and save. Only at Grossenberg Implement. Locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming.
If you're hunting for a great deal on your next ride, get into Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. We're locked and loaded on all of our new and used inventory, like this 2018 Toyota Highlander, only $28,495. Looking for low price reliability? Try a 2011 Honda Accord for only $6,995. Who wants a loaded up truck? We have a 2014 Chevy Silverado 1500 LTZ for only $17,995. Get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 518 East Sioux Avenue. Call 605-224-7378 and visit GatewayFLT.com.
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is your premier spot to watch all the sports, from your local Govs and Lady Govs, as well as Buffs and Lady Buffs, all the way up to your favorite big league teams. Kick back and relax with a pizza, nachos, burgers, or one of our air-fried appetizers. Wash down the food with your pick from our array of premium beverages. Between the action, be sure to check out the unique and plentiful memorabilia throughout the building. We can't wait for you to come in and watch the games with us broadcast on liveticket.tv. The Fieldhouse in Pierre.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Kenols wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Dosey's Signs in Chamberlain isn't your run-of-the-mill sign shop. Todd and Doug take the time to listen to your needs and come up with an innovative and effective design to fit your budget and take your advertising to the next level. Dosey's specializes in any size or event sporting banners, storefronts and awnings, and letters or numbers for windows, vehicle boats, and enclosed trailers. Need something more flashy? We can do a vehicle.
Voice of the Pierre Governors, DRG Media Group.
Pierre Governor Football on River 92.7 is brought to you by
Bank West, Lynn's Dakota Mart, Fisher Rounds and Associates, First Dakota National Bank, the May Adam Law Firm, and the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Governor Football is brought to you by
Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Dairy Queen, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, Ranky Gray Wealth Management, Avera Orthopedics, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota.
And Governor Football is brought to you in part by
Hawaii Federal Credit Union, TMA, Aventera, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Gators Pizza, Pasta and Sons, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Bauman Lumber, Lariat Lanes, Wagner Auto, the Brittany Schiffelbein Agency, and Ferding Electric.
These special in-game sponsors bring you Governor Football.
Becky Potts of State Farm Insurance, the Hughes County Sheriff's Department, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Leiden & Associates, Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Hales Gas Service.
Now, Pierre Governor Football.
Hey, very good evening and a happy Thursday, everybody. Another night of high school football. In fact, the final night of the high school football regular season coming your way here for the Pierre Governors. We're at Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field, where the Governors will play host to the, their recent heavy-duty rivals, let's call them, the Brookings Bobcats, two teams that have met each other for the last two 11AA football championships, two matchups that went each way last year. Of course, Governors winning their fourth straight state 11AA championship, but tonight the first meeting maybe of two upcoming. We'll see how that goes between the Governors and Bobcats here as the postseason begins next week. Should be a good one tonight. The Bobcats coming in winners of two straight, including a win over over Yankton 35-20 last week on the road. The Governors winning at Aberdeen Central 52-35. Brookings now 6-2 on the season, the third-seeded team in Class 11AA and the third-ranked team as well. The Governors at number 2 with a mark of 7-1. With Heather Williams running the show in studio, Caleb Brozick and company here running live video for live tickets and our website as well. We are live streaming at drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page. We're looking forward to a beautiful night of high school football, weather-wise and action-wise as well here on River 92.7. We'll take an opening 2-minute timeout. When we come back, our Becky Potts of a State Farm pregame show will begin, and we'll just start right away with Keys to Success. Conversations with both head coaches. Time permitting, we'll look around Class 11AA. We'll throw some bits in there as to how the seedings and the pairings and the schedules are all shaping up. And it is postseason night for 11B and 9-man football tonight. We'll look up the schedules of things that are going on there as we get the opportunity as well. But the pregame show begins with Keys to Success. As we cut to that, we remind you on behalf of the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, who celebrates being a part of a team, remember to buckle up every trip, every time. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. The Keys to Success coming up in our Becky Potts of a State Farm pregame show. In 2 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $885. The team at Pottsabah State Farm in Pierre and Gregory are ready to help you combine home and auto and save. Call 224-4173 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Average annual per household savings based on 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported saving by switching to State Farm.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino, from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
Hi, everyone. This is Brian Oakland, the voice of the Pierre Governors on River 92.7. You know, the men and women at the Hughes County Sheriff's Office know a great team when they see one. Long hours, hard work, determination. The Govs have it, and we're proud to support them. If you want to know more about our 361 team and how you can be a part of it, log on at hughescounty.org and click on the Sheriff's tab. The Hughes County Sheriff's Office says, Go Govs!
Back at Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field, and welcome to the Hughes County Sheriff's Department broadcast booth in the upper level of the press box, looking down on the 50-yard line on the south side of the field. Of course, looking across at state office buildings with the Capitol Dome in the background as well. A nice night for football and a good night to give you Governor football from the Hughes County Sheriff's Department broadcast booth. Thanks to the men and women of the Sheriff's Department and to all first responders for doing what they do and for giving us a place to broadcast high school football from tonight. As you watch this one, you'll be able to see the vantage point that we have, and you'll be able to share it with us as well. See this game as well as hear it on drgnews.com and gogovs.live and liveticket.tv. Well, as we get into the pregame show, Keys to Success will start. And again, you've got a Governor team 7-1, the 2 seed 11AA. Brookings is the 3 seed at 6-2. We believe that the winner of this game will be the 2 seed and should get home field advantage throughout the playoffs on their on the way to the Dakota Dome. That would be for a span of 2 games, but it's kind of a big night, and both coaches will agree on that. We'll have Keys to Success. We'll hear from Brady Clark, the head coach of the Brookings Bobcats, in a bit, but we'll start with our Central Dakota Eye Care Keys to Success and head coach Steve Steele. And in our broadcast of Governor football, here's what the coach had to say. All right, our keys to success continue with Brady Clark, the head coach of the Brookings Bobcats. Coach, the end of the season upon us here already. It seems like it's gone a little bit quickly, but another good season for the Bobcats here as far as records concerned. You've had a couple of good wins in a row coming off of a loss a few weeks back, but last week a good win over a Yankton Buck team, 35-20. That's I think just another good, solid ball game. You've been putting a lot of those together this year.
Yeah, our boys have continuously been improving week to week, and beginning of the season, obviously a loss to T is something that we needed, and we've really taken that and used it to our advantage. You never want to lose, but there are definitely a lot of things you can learn from it. And, we've been getting better week to week. And then, we play Sioux Falls, Washington, who we, battled tough for 3.5 quarters and a couple big plays. And all of a sudden it's not a tie ball game anymore. So, but once again, I felt like we got better and we kept moving toward where we want to be at this point in the season and moving forward. So we've had a lot of tests throughout the season, and we've dealt with a lot of adversity as far as injury goes as well, but we just keep finding ways, and it's a lot of fun with this group, and just buying into what we're doing and what we're preaching, and playing for one another.
Mentioned a lot of a handful of injuries that you've had, kind of like what we're seeing in Pierre as well. Coach Steele talks about the next man up mentality, and you guys have subscribed to that pretty well too.
Yeah, it has to be if you want to continue to reach that goal or work towards that goal that you want, that you set at the beginning of the season. That's what it has to be, and our guys have done a good job of just learning and being ready to go when they need to be, and it's been fun to see. It's never fun to have injuries, but that's part of the game too.
You mentioned back a loss to T earlier this year, the new kid on the block, kind of controlling that number one spot here as we approach the postseason, but kind of makes this game here tonight a big one between Brookings and Pierre. You could have some home field advantage on the line, among other things.
Yeah, this is a big game, and that's something, we talked with the boys at our meetings on Sunday this week, and we're not going to hide it. This is a big game, guys, but we're going to approach it like another one. I mean, you can't make it bigger than it needs to be, and I think our guys have done a good job of understanding how important the game is, but not stressing about it during the week and not losing focus because of it and things like that. So but yeah, it is a big game, because as coaches, you always think about, what's next, and in this case, playoffs, and what it would look like and where we want to be. And that's something we definitely think about, but we always talk about, staying in the present, be where your feet are. And our guys have done a really good job of that. So.
All right. So this Pierre team, I guess the rivalry renewed, you might say. You know a lot about them. What are you seeing this year that might be different from what you saw last year?
As far as formations go and on offense, what they do, why would they change? They won 4 titles in a row, right? And but they just have very well coached kids. They're very well coached, obviously, with their staff, and they're very explosive on the offense. And keys for us is defensively, to stop that high-powered offense. We need to trust our jobs, communicate. We can't miss tackles, and we can't have mental mistakes. And that's going to happen throughout a game. They're high school kids. It happens at the professional level too. But if we can limit that and limit Keen holes to scrambling, because, man, he scrambles and he finds guys open downfield. His receivers do a really good job of getting to the sidelines or getting vertical when he's scrambling. It's just something that we're working on preparing for. But those are some keys for us defensively. And offensively, really we want to do what we do. We run the ball. We want to control the clock. We want to control the line of scrimmage. We can't have any turnovers or mental mistakes on that side either. So.
Yeah, I know that you've been doing a heck of a job in that regard this year, so looking forward to it once again. Coach, I want to thank you for your time, and good luck tonight against the Governors, all right?
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Well, of course, that was the other head coach. That's Brady Clark, the head coach of the Brookings Bobcats. Coach's comments, keys to success, are sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We'll hear from them, and then we'll talk with head coach Steve Steele of the Pierre Governors as Pierre and Brookings clash again here at Hollister Field coming up on River 92.7.
The key to success starts with vision. Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marceau of Central Dakota Eye Care. Yearly comprehensive eye exams are key in detecting eye conditions before symptoms appear. Call us today at 224-6128 to schedule an appointment. New patients always welcome. The staff at Central Dakota Eye Care is proud of our area youth and support their high school activities. Best of luck in today's game. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
It's time for the keys to success with Steve Steele, the Governor head coach. Final game of the regular season, Coach, and it should be a good one. Meeting up with Brookings again, but of course we look back on the previous game at Aberdeen Central, another one of those high-scoring affairs, and I just kind of get the sense now your defense is going to make enough plays, but I think we can still be comfortable that you're going to outscore just about anybody you play. That's the way it seems to me.
Yeah, I mean, if we're on and we're doing what we need to do on offense, we definitely have that capability. I think our guys are playing with a lot of confidence on the offensive side of the ball, and that's been a lot of fun to watch and kind of see that progression over the year. And defensively, we're not super concerned. Obviously we've had a couple struggles, but a lot of that have been some exceptional players making some exceptional plays on the other side of the ball. So at some point, you can just tip your cap to, kind of like some teams got to do when Lincoln throws a ball that no one can cover.
And again, you look at teams like Watertown and then Aberdeen Central, and let's go back to parity in 11AA. I mean, Watertown looks so good, I think, when they're playing against the Pierre Governors, yet they lose to a better than their record indicates Mitchell team. So you just don't know, depending or going from one week to the other.
Yeah, I mean, that's after tonight when we get to see who's playing who. I mean, it's going to be a really interesting playoffs because, there could be 4 really good matchups for that first round game, and there's no gimmies. And honestly, there wouldn't be any super big surprises, because everyone's kind of got that where if they play the right game and you play the wrong game, anyone can win.
If you want to make comparisons, then you got Brookings tonight. They had maybe a similar game as far as the difference in score as what you did against Yankton a few weeks back. So this Brookings team, I'm sure you know them very well, and I imagine you're ready.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those other games where I would be very shocked if it was a track meet. And if it's a track meet, I think it would favor us. I mean, they're a team that likes to control the football. I think they had 34 minutes of possession time against Yankton in a 48-minute game. That's insane. So, I mean, it's going to be a contrast to styles, and whose style can ultimately impose theirs on the other.
And I think that brings up a good point, too, in that, your kids have been used to playing track meets now, especially the last 3 ball games. If you have to slow it down to the way that Yankton game went a month ago, can you make that adjustment now? Is that something you're just not going to be used to?
We're not used to it just right now, but I think at the same point in time, I mean, we've had that, when we played Huron, we kind of had the sense Huron was going to have the same thing, and we wanted a fast start. So I think that all that it really does to our team is it makes every possession that much more important, just because you never know when the next time you're going to get the ball is. And I think almost the second half of the Aberdeen Central kind of ended up that way, where Aberdeen had that long drive, scored, got an onside kick, long drive, where we had, it felt like an eternity between offensive drives, but all that did was make it that there was more pressure on every drive that we have.
And just another good example of how versatile you are and how good this team is at making adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, and like I said, that's the one thing that you can say that our defense has done an outstanding job of is when they've been pressed, they've made the play. And obviously Aberdeen was able to claw back a little bit, but when we needed to stop, when we were up 10 and they got that ball back, we got the stop. And you could say the same thing with Watertown. They got when they brought it back to 10 and onside kick, we made the stop. So they've shown up when we've needed it, and kind of like I'd say our offense has shown up when we've needed it, and our offense has certainly had our times where we faltered, and our defense has had to pick us up. So, we're just very proud of both sides of the ball stepping up when they need to.
All right, interesting and maybe a fun opponent tonight in the Brookings Bobcats. They had that superstar player last year, maybe not somebody that stands out this year like your last two opponents have certainly had, but like you said, Friday night, they're just good.
Yeah, they're just a great all-around football team. They're not going to overly trick you. I mean, what you see is what you get, and they just are very confident in their system. They're going to try and impose that will and control the clock, get a lead, and if they get a lead, they're a really, really hard team to come back on, because it's every time you give them the ball, you can just erase 6 minutes from the clock, even if you're going to get the ball back without them scoring. So it's just a totally different approach that you've got to have to coaching that football game.
I guess if you had to get them in a 2-minute drill situation, I guess maybe that's in your advantage then.
Yeah, and that's where when you play these games against teams like Brookings, it's so important to get that early lead, because if you can get a 2-possession lead against a team like Brookings, it does force them to leave their game plan, because they just run out of time, if they have to go faster, and that's just something they're not comfortable doing. So it's a lot easier for a team like us, I think, to slow down and take your time a little bit. It's a lot harder for a team that's not used to going fast to play fast.
All right, so you're valuing possessions. You're hopefully getting a good start. What other keys to success tonight?
Taking care of the football. I think the other thing that Brookings has done a great job of over the course of the year is getting themselves short fields for their offense and then cashing in. I think their Yankton game, they had a couple really long drives, but ultimately when they pulled away there at the end, it came from they stopped a fake punt and got a turnover that turned into a short drive that they cashed in, so we can't give them any free points.
Coach, looking forward to it. Good luck tonight, all right?
Thanks.
There's head coach Steve Steele. The Governors. Coach's comments, keys to success, are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's take a 1-minute break. We'll be back with the starting lineups as we continue. Pierre and Brookings coming right up on River 92.7.
Beck Motor Company is kicking off fall with up to $200 tire rebates along with 4 free oil changes. Enjoy $40 off a full detail on your vehicle. Nothing is missed with this hand wash and wax, carpets and seats, shampoo, and more. Take $15 off a light detail, starting as low as $75. Call us at 224-5912. Visit us online at beck-motors.com. Happy fall!
Every day, we're making a great deal better.
It's your lucky day. You just won a sweepstakes and you received a cashier's check to cover the cost of claiming your winnings. All you need to do is deposit the check and wire a portion of the money to pay those fees. There's just one catch. It's a scam. If you deposit the check and wire the money, your bank will soon learn the check is a fake and you are responsible to pay it back. The Attorney General's Office of Consumer Protection wants you to know that counterfeit check scams are on the rise. For more information, contact their office, 1-800-300-1986.
Our Becky Pottsville State Farm pregame show continues. 6 o'clock start time tonight. Here, the final night of the regular season. Brian Oakland here, ready to go with play-by-play. Here, the starting lineups sponsored by Envirotech in Pierre. And, the Governors, and just get you an idea of who is in there. Lincoln Keenholz, the junior quarterback, doing everything here as the leader of this offensive bunch. Trey Lewis doing a fine job as the sophomore tailback. In the backfield, Cade Kaiser, Jack Merkwan, Matthew Hansen, a sophomore, a junior, and a senior in the wide receiving corps. The linemen include now Brady Getz, the senior in the middle. He'll be the center as he is back in action after a couple of games away with an injury. Kyle Albertson, Gary Nedved, seniors, Matthew Coverdale, the sophomore, and also Jaden Floor, the senior. On the O-line with the sophomore Jet Zabel in as the tight end. On the defensive side, senior Hayden Espy is in the middle at the nose, and Jaden Floor is at one defensive tackle with the sophomore Emmett Anderson getting another start. Linebackers on the outside are junior Chase Sarda, senior Joshua Strand. Also other linebackers include Gavin Stotts in the middle. The junior is back after a game absent because of an injury last week. at Aberdeen. Deegan Huska, the junior, Austin Foley, the senior, also anchoring that linebacking core here on senior night, by the way, which we haven't mentioned yet. Jaden Wiebe and Jacob Mayer are juniors in the defensive backfield, joining Lincoln Keenholz as the free safety as well. For the Governors and their head coach, Steve Steele, and his band of merry men. The Bobcats are coming up next. Let's hear from Envirotech in Pierre, and the starting lineups continue in Governor football.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com and use their mobile app Waste Connect, or check their website, or even get a robocall for collection schedule changes due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Envirotech starting lineups for the visiting Brookings Bobcats here for tonight. They'll be led by the junior quarterback, Justin Koffel, at 150 pounds. They started with Jackson Bowes, who was the senior this year. He was the quarterback from that great team from a year ago, but had suffered an injury early on. Koffel's come in and done a fine job and is stuck as the starting quarterback for the Bobcats. Behind him, the fullback is Israel Calderon, a junior at 170. Tyson Brandt is the featured running back. Behind him, a junior at 185, along with Hunter Gray, a senior at 160 pounds. One featured wideout is Gavin Fixon, a good one, a senior at 150. On the line, it's Connor McLean, a senior at 190. At the center spot, the guards are Davis Engen, a senior at 230 on the left. Magnus Nelson is a 250-pound senior on the right side of the guard spot. The tackles on the left are Perry King, a 260 senior, and Brock Longville, a 250-pound senior as well. Junior Jackson Hoffman is the tight end. He's a 185-pounder. On the defensive side, Magnus Nelson starts at the nose guard spot. The defensive tackles are Brock Longville, and also joined by Carter Wright on defense, a 215-pound junior. Linebackers are Jackson Eck, a junior at 195. Josh Devine, a 200-pound senior. Zach Moe is a senior at 185, and Sam Harden, a senior at 160 pounds. The defensive backfield includes Gavin Fixon and Tyson Brandt, as well as senior Peyton Theodosopoulos, a 155-pounder, and Lincoln Harden, a 150-pound senior as well. The Brookings Bobcats, head coached by Brady Clark, 6-2 on the season. Those are the starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Another starting lineup to bring to you is the naming of tonight's game officials. Our game officials are the law on the field, and they're sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. Let's hear this important message, and we'll give you the guys in stripes next in this coverage of Governor football.
With more and more people being at home, chances are you'll access a social media site to stay in touch with family and friends. Before you do this, please check your privacy settings to ensure you're being the safest you can be. For step-by-step instructions on how to check and change your privacy settings for Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and the like, go to consumer.sd.gov. With questions, contact South Dakota Consumer Protection Division, 1-800-300-1986, or email consumerhelp@state.sd.us.
South Dakota Attorney General's Office gives us our law on the field tonight. Our game officials who are licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association to officiate high school football. We always thank our game officials for doing a thankless job in officiating high school sports. The crew comes from Rapid City. We've had them before. Royce Wurtzer is the referee in the white hat. Randy Stanton, the umpire. Lyle Talsma on the line, along with Bo Garcia, the linesman. And the back judge is Alan Schmaltz tonight. Royce Wurtzer, Randy Stanton, Lyle Talsma, Bo Garcia, Alan Schmaltz. Tonight's game officials, our law on the field, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. Let's take a final 1-minute timeout. We'll be kicking this thing off. Our Comtech opening kick comes up. We should mention you are listening to Pierre Governor Football, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7, KGFX FM in Pierre, a member of DRG Media Group, live streaming at drgnews.com, and driven by the Office of Highway Safety of the state of South Dakota, reminding us all, slow the drive and arrive alive. Governor Football is next on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram. Comtech has your technology solution. Check out their showroom in Pierre, located conveniently behind Walmart, and see what you have been missing. There's a large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. They wish the Pierre Governors best of luck at Comtech. Come see what you have been missing.
Comtech Communication Services in Pierre gives us our opening kickoff, which will be put in play by the Brookings Bobcats. Welcome to Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field. Brian Oakland ready to go. Hope you are too. The final night of the regular season, a game that could mean home field advantage for the first two rounds of the playoffs as Brookings battles against the Governors. The Comtech opening kick by Brookings, taken by Trey Lewis, who comes up the near hash mark, taken ahead of the 10-yard line, and all the way out across the 30 to the 35, down at about the 37. That's where the Governors will start here on offense. And the Governors, who have scored a lot of points in their last three ball games, going to try to come out here and do much the same here in our opening possession. Talked with Coach Steele. He said definitely wanted the ball to start this one. Brookings as a team, when they are on offense, will try to slow things down and control the clock, control the football with a very good running game. But we'll see what the Governors can do in their primary passing offense. Keenholz, of course, wants to go to the air right away. And over the middle, he had Matthew Hansen, but Matty turning his head, looking upfield before hauling this one in. And the Govs will start with an incomplete pass as that pass dropped right in the middle. A short route for Hansen over the middle instead of some of the long passes that the Governors have been able to begin with to start a number of ball games this year. Pierre in home black with the white numbers, green trim, green pants, green helmets. They're moving from left to right, west to east on a windless night. It's gorgeous here. A little bit cool. Now another underneath route. Trey Lewis with the receive as he'll turn the corner on the near side up across the 45-yard line. Should have a first down. Looks like they'll spot him to the 48 and a gain of 11. So a couple of short passes, but Lewis able to make the turn and get a first down here as the Governors approach midfield after two offensive plays tonight. Lewis in the backfield behind Lincoln Keenholz in the pistol. And he'll take the handoff, coming to the short side, right side of the field. The Bobcats are there to give him a good stick and put him back down on the ground. And Gavin Fixon coming in to help out. I think first contact made by Carter Wright off of the defensive line. Governors not fooling anybody on that one. A loss of a yard for Lewis. It'll be second down and 11. Of course, the Governors prefer to throw, but oddly enough, for the first two passes of the night, they haven't been able to throw long routes. Brookings has been covering things up well. They'll try it again on 2nd and 11. Over the middle as Hansen was reaching for it, but he knew he was going to take a hit, and that he did. Hansen maybe short-armed it just a bit and is not able to haul it in. Lincoln Harden playing center field for the Bobcats. I think Hansen would like to have that one back, and as far as technique goes, maybe if he could have cut Harden off a little bit, but Hansen's momentum was taking him further down the middle of the field rather than across the field. So it's now 3rd and 11. Near midfield from the Governor 47-yard line. Brookings coming on a bit of a blitz from the outside left. Pass is thrown short. This is Lewis, I believe, at the 50-yard line. The Bobcats think they have the football. There might be a fumble on this play. And I haven't seen an indication as of yet. Brookings celebrating. There's the first indication. That is a fumble. Pierre was at the 48-yard line. They gained 5. It would have been fourth down and about 4 or 5 anyway, but Brookings won't need a punt from the Governors. The Govs will turn it over. So the Bobcats will take over their first possession of the night here with 10:40 to go in quarter number 1, and pretty good field position as they got it at their own 48-yard line. Tyson Brandt takes the handoff on the first play of the night. We're going to see a lot of rushing A lot of ground offense for the Bobcats tonight. Of course, we saw that last year. Here's about a 4-yard pickup for Brandt from 148-yard line almost to the other into the Pierre side of the field. We'll give them a 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6. Last year, Brookings had the standout all-stater, Josh Burai, as the bowling ball downhill runner. Tough to bring down, but of course the Governors figured things out. A huge defensive showing in that state championship game now coming from the right side. Josh Strand will blow this play up. And a loss on the play for Hunter Gray all the way back to the Brookings 47. This is a loss of 5 yards. Tell you what, on that first drive of the night by the Governors, of course Brookings getting the fumble takeaway. And now in the first couple of plays, and this one a loss in particular of 5 yards, fans on both sides of the field have really brought their A games here. Brookings will go nowhere on 3rd and 10. A handoff looking for the right side is Izzy Cauldron. Israel, but Coach Brady Clark called him Izzy when we were talking the other day. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best, still at the 47-yard line, and Brookings will go 3 and out on their opening possession of the night. So back to punt will be Josh Devine. Bit of a high snap. Devine handles the kickoffs as well, and the Governors will let this one go. It'll trickle just inside the 20-yard line and be down at the 19. So the Governor defense stands their ground against what you might assume to be a bit of a bigger offensive line of the Bobcats, but Pierre defensively not fooled by anything so far. They'll go on offense again from their own 19-yard line. No score yet, 8:52 to play here in the first quarter. And if you want scoring tonight, well, we might not see that. The Governors in their last 3 games have scored 61, 52, and 52. If I'm remembering right, actually 61, 45, and 52. A lot of points. Here they'll go underneath the Jet Zabel. The Bobcats content to give the Govs those underneath routes. Zabel on a 5-yard pickup, maybe 6 across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Tyson Brandt in on the stop. We'll give Zabel 5. We'll call it just inside the 25-yard line. 3 out of 5 for Keenholz instead of the long ones. He's connected for just 21 yards, twice to Lewis, and now once to Jet Zabel, the tight end. From the far hash mark, Keenholz first clap. Almost got the Bobcats to come into the neutral zone, but we'll play on here and wait for the snap. Far hash mark moving left to right. Pass to the near side. Jack Merkwan will not get away from Tyson Brandt. I'm sure the Bobcats have seen those wide receiver screens in film, and Brandt not fooled this time. Able to fight through the initial block. And a loss back to the 19-yard line. That's a 5-yard loss for Jack Merkwan on his first grab of the night. Merkwan with another big game at Aberdeen Central a week ago. He's been over or near 200 yards back-to-back games in the receiving end, and his touchdown totals continue. Now 3rd and 10 here for Pierre. Back to their 19-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. Over the middle is Jet Zabel. He'll again not be brought down on first contact, but he is short of the line to gain, and they'll spot him at the 25-yard line. Pretty good job slowing him up for Jackson Eck of the Bobcats. Tyson Brandt will come in and finish him off. Brandt's doing a lot of things defensively, and he is the anticipated feature guy in the backfield as well on offense for Brookings. So 6 on that gain. But another, or I should say the first punting situation for the Governors. Keenholz is the punter, standing inside his 15-yard line. Good snap. He'll run to the right and then kick it on the run, and he'll get one almost over the head, but taken over the shoulder by Hunter Gray, covered up there by Cade Kaiser, and a good job by the Governors special teams. That's how you really defend a line drive punt. And the Governors, again, doing a good job here, but Brookings will have it for their second offensive possession. They'll start on their own 37-yard line. 0 for 2 for the Governors on offense. A fumble lost after a 3rd down play on their first possession near midfield, but they held Brookings to a 3 and out. Now the Governors held to a 3-and-out as well. And like we say, we're not going to see an awful lot of points tonight. Maybe over the course of the game we might have a 30-20 type ball game or something like that, but this one might be more of a 17-14 game as well. We'll find out. Back to the double wing from the near hash mark. Brandt will go in motion. He'll take the handoff, and up the middle he'll step over the Deegan-Huska ankle tackle. Deegan gets him enough to trip him up, but it'll be a good gain of about 6 yards up across the 40 to the 43 for Tyson Brandt. He had 4 on his first, 6 on the second. Second down and very manageable for the Bobcats. Brookings moving from right to left in road white tonight. White jerseys, white pants, red helmets, red numbers, and the black trim as well. Koffel asking for the snap. Brandt went in motion but reverses his field, takes the handoff, and it's a run play back to this left side. Strand and company will bring him down, but close to a first down will be Brookings up ahead of the 45, just shy of the 47, so a half yard short here. Gain of 3.5 for Tyson Brandt. That'll be 3rd and a foot here for Brookings as they approach midfield. 5.5 minutes to go. You hear the crowd coming to life below us here at Hollister Field. Brandt in motion straight away, but this is Cauldron. He's got the first down on the fullback give. Straight ahead, tough guy to bring down into Pierre territory across the 50 down to about the 45-yard line. A pickup of 7 for Israel Cauldron, and make it a 6-yard gain. They spot him at the 46-yard line. And the Bobcats will move the chains. Their first down of this first half. This is what they want. Now, we've had Pierre games with a lot of passing against Watertown and against Aberdeen the last couple of weeks, and you see a lot of incomplete passes and a lot of scoring plays. Ball's on the ground as the handoff was mishandled. Pierre celebrating on the field, and the indication by the officials is Governor ball. Hunter Gray, the man in motion from the right side, tried to take the handoff, but he just didn't see it all the way into his grasp. The Governors have lost a fumble, but now so too have the Bobcats. Didn't see who came up with it. Doesn't matter. The Governors will take it on their own 44-yard line. Number 3, Lincoln Keenholz. Johnny on the spot there. Good to have spotters up here. 1st and 10 for the Govs inside the near hash mark. Keenholz now back to play quarterback. First give is to Trey Lewis, protecting the football. Dive up ahead of the 45, and a gain of 2 to the 46. Point we were going to be making was a lot of passing offense from both teams in Governor games of the last couple of weeks. In fact, the last 3, you go back to the Huron game and a homecoming night, they had to throw the football a lot. So a lot of incompletions and a lot of scoring plays, and in real time. Football games take a while, but here with the Bobcats tonight, we expect the clock to be running quite a bit, especially when they are on offense. Govs really bunching things up. 4 receivers eligible on the left side. Keenholz will roll in that direction on 2nd and 8. Throwing against his body. The pass is caught by Matthew Hansen. Far side to the 25 to the 20. Brought down at about the 18-yard line. The first big play of the night has been put up by the Pierre Governor passing offense. Big gain here. Lincoln Harden will cover him up back down at the 18-yard line. The Governors will pick up 36 on that throw. And again, does anybody throw against the grain better than Lincoln Keenholz? Rolls to his left, throws against his body, delivers the dart. Now play action and a roll out to the right side here. Looking deeper into the red zone. Keenholz will stumble. Jackson Eck will run him down. Keenholz was going to be running out of bounds anyway. Loss on the play, but it will go as a quarterback sack. Loss of 2 here back to the 20-yard line. It was just first down, so it's important that the Governors maintain the possession, certainly not try to force anything toward that end zone. Jet Zabel will check out, and for the first time this season, Jackson Edmond will come in to play tight end for the Govs. Edmond, a 200-pound junior. Keenholz looking over the middle, looking for Edmond, his first opportunity, but can't get his hands around it. inside the 5-yard line. Edmond was falling down at the time. Pass falls incomplete. Already 9 throws by Keenholz tonight. 6 out of 9, most of the short variety, but save for that 36-yarder that sets the Governors here in the red zone on that hook up from Matthew Hansen a moment ago. But now 3rd and a dozen. Ball resting on the Brookings 20-yard line. Brookings has nobody deep defensively. They're straight man-to-man across the board. Low snap, Keenholz will pick it up. Looking to the middle, and this pass through the hands of Cade Kaiser. On the near hash mark, looking at the 10-yard line. Would have been about a yard, maybe 2 short of the first down of the line to gain had he been able to haul that in. We'll see what the Governors decide to do. Looks like they'll go for it now on 4th and 12. Cole Peterson, who was MIA with an injury a week ago in Aberdeen, the kicker for the Governors, certainly has the leg to kick about a 37-yard field goal. He is back tonight. But the Govs want more offense. Near hash mark, Keenholz protected, now underneath. Lewis has it to the 10-yard line, slips a tackle, met by Gray, and we'll see where the spot is. I believe he needs the 8-yard line. I think he got to the 8-yard line. In fact, they'll mark him to the 7. That should be a first down for the Governors. No measurement needed. Trey Lewis able to make the play, and a 13-yard pickup here. First down, Govs. Well, they haven't moved the chains. It is Pierre first down. It'll be first down and goal. Boy, that one had me kind of wondering, is Brookings going to be the team going on offense? Not the case. Lewis makes a good play on a catch and run. Now the chains will not be needed across the way. First and goal here from the 7-yard line for the Governors. Keenholz alone in the backfield. Snap is good. Backing off and over the middle. Flips it. Kaiser has it and tackled across the goal line. Touchdown. Kaiser with a half-hearted spike of the football just got flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct, but which I'm a little surprised by, but we could see what they were seeing as well. But it is a touchdown for the Governors, which will stand on a 7-yard touchdown pass from Lincoln Keenholz to Cade Kaiser. Kaiser a little fired up. How can you blame him? This is a huge game. Brady Clark said it. We didn't really ask Steve Steele about how big of a game this was for the Governors, but maybe we will when the postgame comes around. But it's not like he really threw it down. He just put the ball down to the ground with a little added energy. 3:22 here in the first quarter. The Governors are on the board. Royce Wurtzer will give us the details. So the touchdown counts, but unsportsmanlike conduct, that'll go against Cade Kaiser. And they'll enforce 15 yards on the conversion attempt. So instead of being able to try a short chip shot for a PAT, Cole Peterson will have to back up, and he'll end up trying a 35-yard, what amounts to about a 35-yard attempt. So again, 7 yards out, that ends a 7-play scoring drive. 7-play scoring drive as Kaiser catches it. The Govs strike first, leading 6-0, but we'll see if Peterson can kick a long PAT. Snap, spot, hold, kick is up. It's long enough, but it is wide to the right. So because of the 15-yard penalty, the PAT largely no good. But the Governors strike first in a big ball game here in the first quarter. 3:22 to play. They lead 6-0. We'll pause for 30.
Signs, billboards, and LED lighting. If you can dream it, we can design and build it. Dozie's is a proud sponsor of local sports and communities activities. At DK Auto Repair in Pierre, we take pride in our fast and professional auto service. Our well-trained techs specialize in transmission repair, tune-ups, brake service, suspension engine repair, auto diagnostics, and general maintenance repairs and oil changes. Making sure you and your family get from point A to point Z and all points in between is what motivates us to provide you exceptional service. At DK Auto Repair, we proudly support every Pierre Governors event, the students involved, and their families.
Of all the things you can teach a child, how to handle money is one of the most important. Their knowledge, discipline, and control in the area of money will follow them wherever they may go, and in every area of their life. Teach them the facts of money. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you. When you expect more,
Missed wide right by Cole Peterson, his first kick in game competition in the last couple of weeks. Again, missing last week in Aberdeen due to injury. But he certainly looked good on that longer kick. He'll kick off here. And the Governors are offside. And I thought I saw the first person to the right of the football. Got a head start for the Govs. And they won't even let this play go. This will be a penalty on the Govs, and they'll have to mark it 5 yards back. So a couple of penalties here for the Govs, one after the score, one before the kickoff. On the offside penalty. 6-0 Pierre with 3:22 to play here in the first quarter. Interesting how now you think about how kids respond to a game of this magnitude. It feels like a postseason game tonight. Pierre and Brookings. Of course, everybody knows the recent history between these two teams. Pierre has defeated Brookings in the last two state championship games. Brookings got the win at Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium last year in the regular season, only to have the Governors come back and dominate the championship in the Dakota Dome. Here's a line drive kick taken on a hop at the Brookings 16-yard line, straight up the middle. And the Bobcats will set up shop at about the 35 on the return by Hunter Gray. So Brookings, who fumbled the ball away on their last possession, will have it here. They, in fact, spot him at the 34 with 3:16 to go. Governor defense has done a good job so far. They've held Brookings to a 3-and-out. They did surrender a first down on the last possession, but it was the subsequent first down run that Gray fumbled away. Didn't handle the handoff. Here's Tyson Brandt from the left side, and nowhere to go here. We'll have a flag thrown from the far side official. Is this on the end of the play? The flag was thrown somewhat late, but whether it's on the end of the play, maybe the tackle, or was it on a block by the Bobcats, that question is yet to be determined. Brandt gets back to the line of scrimmage meanwhile, and that's it. The official on the far side will have a chat with the Brookings head coach, which makes us think that maybe this penalty goes against the Governors. Officials discussing still, now ready to mark it. This is a chop block below the waist on the defense. And that is a personal foul. 15 yards to help the Bobcats. That's what they called it, a block below the waist. Bobcats get the advantage here and up across the 49-yard line. They'll have another first down play. As the chains will move along with it right here before midfield. Justin Koffel, the quarterback, man in motion, comes from the left and reverses now back up the middle of the field. Handoff straight up the gut. And this is Sam Harden, a 160-pound senior, with his first carry of the night. Brookings has a lot of people capable of running the football. Harden gets his first opportunity, not listed in the starting lineup, but Does a good job. He'll get all the way to the Pier 44-yard line. That's a pickup of 7 yards. It'll be second and a long 3. Governors will dig in defensively. 2:15 left to go. Quarter number 1. Caldron, the fullback, slipping a few tackles, juking, jiving up the far hash mark from right to left, and another nice run by a shifty fullback, Izzy Caldron of the Brookings Bobcats, inside the Governor 40, right up nestled against the 35-yard line. 9 yards for the fullback here, as the Bobcats looking to respond as the Governors scored first. 6-0, Pierre with the lead. Another handoff on the ground here from the right side. Hunter Gray going left side. He loses the football again, but Brookings is there to cover it up. Jaden Wiebe ready to make the tackle, and as he reached, Gray was trying to stiff arm him, but he lost a handle on the football, but one of the old linemen gets there to cover it up at the 27-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8. Disaster avoided here for the Bobcats. Quarterbacks, you know how they buy their offensive linemen steak dinners and watches and things like that. The running back has to do that sometimes too in this case. Koffel will send Brandt in motion. He'll redirect back to the left side. He slips through an ankle tackle, will not get free of Gavin Stotts, the middle linebacker, who comes in and gets the tackle here inside the 25 to the 24, but that will be enough for a Bobcat first down. They needed 2, they got 3. Brandt with 4 carries, 16 yards so far. Sun coming out in the west a little bit. Little glow over Hollister Field here, Phil Troutner Stadium, as we enter the final minute of quarter number 1. A 6-0 Governor lead. Caldron leaves the backfield. Still have a couple of wings. Sweep goes to Brandt as he slips the tackle of Huska. Still on his feet now, out in the open field. A flag will be thrown as Brandt tackled at about the 21-yard line by Gavin Stotts for a gain of 4, but we'll check the foul here. Flag resting at the 20-yard line, which is another yard ahead of where the tackle ended. I thought Stotts on the tackle, but PA guy Ryan Munson says Chase Sarda in on the stop. Flag was thrown, though, from behind the play. It'll be a holding penalty against the Bobcats. It'll be ahead of the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark it off from the 21-yard line. Bobcats will be marked back on their first penalty of the night, back to the 31. So essentially a 7-yard loss here. It'll be first down and about 17. First down, first pass attempt of the night. Koffel hits his intended receiver, but a quick tackle here for Jaden Wiebe. Right there, Jackson Hoffman, the tight end, forward progress to the 28-yard line. That'll be a pickup of only 3. Something we're not going to see very often. If Brookings throws the football, it'll be either out of necessity or just out of trying to catch the Governors napping. That will be the final play of the first quarter, however, and a good start for the Governors, even though it wasn't the high-flying start that they've been accustomed to. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's Pierre 6, Brookings nothing. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. And Governor Football and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com, made possible by your Pierre Sports market partners, who include
When you expect more, Dakota Prairie.
This is Randy Schumacher, owner of Capital City Monuments. When the time comes for you to consider the purchase of a memorial, be it ahead of time for yourself or for a loved one who has passed, I am here to help. I have 27 memorials on display in my office. We can design the memorial together when you visit. My reputation has been built on integrity, trust, and caring service to families. I am located across from Hardware Hank on Main Street. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you and your family at Capital City Monuments.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
AAA to close out the regular season. We were at Aberdeen a week ago. The Golden Eagles hosting Sioux Falls Roosevelt tonight, but trailing 28-7. About 4 minutes into the second half as we get ready to start our second quarter on second and about 14 for Brookings. There will be a flag thrown by the far side official. And apparently the Governors lined up perhaps in the neutral zone. It'll be a 5-yard helper. Governors didn't need that. Already 4 penalties here in the first quarter, plus the first play of the second half. So second down and 9. And from the left side, Jaden Floor meeting up with the ball carrier. Pierre will end forward progress at about the 18-yard line, and it is Brandt once again picking up about 5. In fact, let's put him at the 19-yard line. We'll call that a 4-yard gain. It will be 3rd and 5, maybe a long 4. O'Gorman, by the way, in Sioux Falls, also leading Sioux Falls Jefferson at the Wood. It's 42-6. Both of those venues in Aberdeen and in Sioux Falls have double headers tonight. Aberdeen's got a playoff game with Aberdeen Roncalli hosting Redfield at 8 o'clock later on this evening. We'll talk about the postseason in 9-man and 11B a little bit later on. To the air go the Bobcats, and the route for the running back out of the backfield to the far side flat. The pass is caught. Jacob Mayer will bring Tyson Brandt down, but not till he's inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line, and a pickup of 11 yards. So, Bobcats, you know they're going to run. It's not that they can't throw the football, they just prefer not to. They like that ball control offense. They're trying to counter. The Governors scored 6 points off of a Bobcat fumble on their last possession. This is the ensuing possession for Brookings. Misdirection, Hunter Gray on the inside, and Austin Foley reads it well. Foley into the backfield. He'll bring Gray down with a 2-yard loss back to the 10-yard line. Koff will fake the pitch. And then the direction of the play, instead of going left to right, came back right to left. Handed off inside to Gray, but Foley was right there. That's how you read your keys against a double wing defense or a double wing offense. If you are the Governor defense in this case, too wide to the near side. Gray in the slot. Brandt will join them as well. Calderon is the only one in the backfield. This will be a quick pass. No, it won't. Koffel pulls it down. He wants to run left side inside the 5-yard line, brought down at about the 2. Governors get to him. Emmett Anderson is in the area. Josh Strand is out there. Down to the 2. Nice play and well executed by Justin Koffel, the Brookings QB. He picks up 8 yards. It'll be 3rd down and goal at the 2-yard line. Under 10 minutes to go, second quarter, 6-0 Governors for the time being. Ball on the far hash mark. Brookings in white, moving left to right. Calderon, the fullback, is taken down by Joshua Strand. He got in there very quickly from the right side of the defensive line, and a loss on the play of 2, and Brookings will be 4th down and goal to go. Instead of from the 2, they'll have to try from back at the 4-yard line. That's a big play for Josh Strand. He's made a couple of nice plays on defense so far here tonight. And 4th and goal seems to be a lot better from the 2-yard line than it is from the 4. We'll see if that matters. Here, Calderon, the one in the backfield. You got Brandt off the left wing. He's in motion. He'll get the call, and he's got an avenue to run through, and it's a Brookings touchdown from the left side. Bobcats into the end zone from 4 yards out. And again, the line on the left side did their job as Brandt runs it in. That one ties the score here at 6-6. The Governors, after a 15-yard penalty, missed a long PAT after their touchdown. Brookings now with a chance to take the lead here. Devine, the kicker. Good snap and hold, and the kick end over end, up and through. And the Brookings Bobcats have the lead here with 8:55 to go in the second quarter. It's Brookings 7, the Governors 6. Bobcats kick when we return after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Wow, Bill.
Puts it through to make it 7-6 here. As Brookings, again, now has the lead. Theodosopoulos will be back to kick off. Good boot here. This will send the Governor return man, Jaden Wiebe, back to the 5-yard line. Starts up the middle of the field. Tries to cut out to the left. Brookings clogging it up. Not a bad return, though. For Pierre up the middle, out across the 25-yard line, and they'll start this fourth possession of the night at about the 28. So both teams came up empty on their first two possessions. I take that back. On their first possessions, Governors went 0 for 2, scored on their third possession, and so did Brookings. Yeah, 0 for 2 on their first two. Try to figure out what we're saying. Meanwhile, everybody else understands what we're saying all along. Governors have it at their own 28-yard line. Keenholz alone in the backfield. Governor offense hasn't been on the field for a while. And that 6:20 drive by the Bobcats with a quarter break in the middle of it. Zabel catches over the middle as Keenholz faked the running play. He steps back and delivers to his tight end up the seam, and a great play there. The Governors with a big gainer up into Brookings territory to about the 43-yard line. Bobcats on film have seen Lincoln Keenholz run the football out of an empty backfield quite a bit. That's what they tried to make it look like here. Zabel has it to the 42. We'll call it a 36-yard pickup. That's the second time Pierre has covered that much ground on a pass play. Now Brookings well defending downfield. Kaiser has it, though, over on the far side and about the third or the fourth read by Lincoln Keenholz. He played that one patiently, and Cade Kaiser will have a first down as well. That last play, instead of 36, let's call it a 30-yard hookup to Jet Zabel. Now the Governors inside the 30-yard, or right to the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 12. From Keenholz to Cade Kaiser, who has the Governor touchdown from 7 yards out. 8:21 to play, second quarter, right to left here for the Governors. Keenholz has to reach down to pick up the snap. Looking left over the middle, there's Hansen inside the 15, down to about the 12. And the passing offense again coming to life for the Governors. Tyson Brandt right there in coverage, but Hansen, he didn't shield himself from the defense on a play that he expected to be hit earlier in the first quarter. This time he did a pretty good job, and he has it down to the 11, a gain of 19. Hansen's second catch, covering 55 yards total. Pierre knocking on the door once again. Under 8 minutes we go. Trey Lewis is alone in the backfield behind Keenholz in the pistol. Another pass coming up. Floater to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Or is it picked off? It is taken away. I thought Keenholz got that one over the defense, but it was intercepted by the Bobcats in the end zone. Pass is intended for Jackson Edmond. Well, the way he came down to the ground, it just looked to me like he had the football and fell to his backside, but a great play by the Brookings defense. Pierre with 3 straight pass plays to get down to the 11-yard line, but Keenholz is picked off in the end zone. So the Bobcats turn away the Governors for the second time tonight, and they'll have it after a touchback, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 7:44 to go, second quarter. Brookings leads 7-6. Back to the ground they go, and a big one coming. To the 30, 40. This is Tyson Brandt to the 50. He will try to get back inside of Jaden Weeby. The ball comes out, but it hit the ground. The officials are right there whistling this play dead. And a big gain on the ground for Tyson Brandt to the Bobcats at the 42-yard line of Pierre. Even despite the fact that he may have been down, Brookings got to be real concerned about their ball security right now. That's a 38-yard scamper, though, for Tyson Brandt. That's the 3rd time ball has come out of a Bobcat grasp tonight. Back to that double wing they go. Left to right. Hunter Gray is in motion. He'll get the take. Comes right side, and Austin Foley will upend him along with Deegan Huskuk. Or rather, Gavin Stotts with Huskuk. Gain of a yard to the 41. Another example there where the Governors might give up a big play, but they haven't, for most of the season, they haven't given up a second big play. And that's the case here in this one. Now to bring up 2nd down and 9. 6:45 left here, second quarter. Pitch back to Gray. He'll go from right to left, looking to turn the corner, following his blockers, has a first down at the 30, far sideline, 20, 10, 5, and a touchdown. Hunter Gray with a patient run. Went behind that line of scrimmage, just followed 2 or 3 blockers, and then once he got out into the open, there was nobody to cover him. 41 yards to the house for Hunter Gray. Well, the Governors gave up a 38-yarder and then minimized the next play, but they still give up that next big play, 41 yards. So Hunter Gray. And the Governors will have to play with a little adversity here in the first half as Theodosopoulos kicks the PAT. And the Bobcats are up 14-6 with 6:32 to play here in our second quarter. 30-second break. Brookings kicks when we return. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
May better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses. And quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
The Golden Buffalo Casino at Lower Brule is proud of our area youth for their competitive spirit and participation in the various high school activities. It takes dedication and commitment to be the best you can be. It's all about sportsmanship and not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. The Golden Buffalo Casino is your winning destination for great food and more ways to win more often. Our youth, our future. We at the Golden Buffalo Casino say thanks for all you do.
Join the team and take on your legacy. Since 1862, the South Dakota Army National Guard.
Football here, cool. Never made it to 50 degrees in the capital city today, but without much of a breeze. The flags are to our west are blowing a little bit as if the breeze comes across the field east to west. Theodosopoulos would kick into that breeze a little bit. Weeby has it at the 5-yard line, near side, and hard pressed to get to the 20. He'll be spun forward eventually by Zach Moe to the 21, and that's where the Governors will have to set up shop. So Pierre looking good on offense on their last possession, but picked off in the end zone. We'll have to come back once again, trailing by 8. Obviously, Pierre's been scoring a lot of points lately. They haven't trailed in a ball game much. They did trail briefly to Watertown a couple of weeks ago here on the home field, but responded right back. Keenholz takes the snap here. First down play, rolling out to the right side, and eludes one defender, Longville, and he's almost picked off again at the 30-yard line. Keenholz throwing, looking for Trey Lewis about 10, 15 yards downfield, but it looks like number 44, Carter Wright, sniffing that play out, and he was the one in the passing lane. So it'll be second down after the incomplete pass. Boy, Brookings defense really playing well right now, bending, not breaking. And after the offense has provided a little bit of a spark and a little momentum, that defense is taking that and running with it. Keenholz in the pistol. Lewis will provide some protection. Keenholz too tall, looking for Kaiser. In coverage, Brookings had Zach Moe there. Might have been a few others as well. Brookings seems to be covering up the Governor receivers a little bit better than anybody else has for much of this season as well. At least since Harrisburg in week number 1. 3rd down and 10, back-to-back misfires for Lincoln Keenholz, who has thrown the football 17 times so far here in the first half. 6:12 to play in the second, and a 14-6 Brookings lead. Now Keenholz will tuck and run. There's a flag thrown in the backfield. Keenholz will be out close to a first down across the 30-yard line, run out of bounds by Moe. But we may have a penalty on the Governors back, well back behind the line of scrimmage too. Matthew Coverdale was the one in the area. So the spot foul for the holding back inside the 15 at about the 12-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 21. This is going to be a difficult penalty to swallow here for the Governors. It'll be half the distance to the goal, and they'll mark them all the way back to the 6-yard line. Essentially turns into a 15-yard penalty. So a first down gain picked up by Keenholz on the ground turns into a 3rd and 21, or 25 rather, all the way back to the 6-yard line with 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Don't think for a second the Governors don't have a play that they can pick up 25 yards, but it's a little more difficult in the shadow of your own goal post here. Keenholz with the snap, gets protection. Out to the far side, pass is caught. They're just looking for a little breathing room, but meanwhile, Hansen unable to hang on to the football. It'll be incomplete at the 12. So the Governors will have to punt from there. And again, we'll use that term adversity. This is something Pierre has not really had to face. They knew they'd have a tough ball game. They know how good of a team Brookings is. But Brookings right now making all of their own breaks, and the Governors at times starting to help them out a little bit. Keenholz is standing near the back of the end zone. Quick punt. Brookings brought the house, but one man back deep has it at the Pier 42. It's Hunter Gray, and a good open field tackle by Jack Merkwan to cover it up, but still Gray gets inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. So about a 30-yard net punt there, but Brookings has great field position, looking to add to a 14-6 lead with 5:35 to go here in the second quarter. Keenholz 0 for 3 in the air on that last possession. Governor defense going to have to come up big on this possession here as Brookings comes out in that double wing. Brandt left, Gray right. It's Gray in motion. He'll take the pitch. Looks like the same play he just scored from 41 yards out a few minutes ago. But Dre Burnt will bring him down here inside the 35 to the 34, a pickup of 2, not 41 this time. 44 yards on his first 5 carries. Gray got free for that long one, but he has been held in check for most of the night so far. 14-6 Bobcats. Now it's Brandt from left to right. He'll come back up the middle of the field, and he'll lower the shoulder inside the 30, down to the 25. Should be a Bobcat first down. And they spot him at the 24, a gain of 10. Tyson Brandt's 10th carry of the night. And he'll pick up about 76 yards. Pretty good average for Brandt, and he had the one long 38-yarder on that last possession to garner most of the yardage on that nice average. Got Gavin Fixon wide to the left in the double wing. Ball's inside the far hash mark. On the move is Sam Harden, but it's Caldron, the fullback, straight up the middle of the field, and we've got a flag thrown behind the play in the backfield on a pretty good gain inside the 20 down to the 16 for Caldron. But if Brookings is penalized here, that'll wipe that away. .55 of the Bobcats. Connor McLean, the center. I think he put Jaden Floor to the floor. No pun intended. Or was it? So back to the 36-yard line. This will be a loss of 10 with the penalty, 12 overall as it occurs 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Second holding penalty called against the Bobcats, and the Governors catching a bit of a break. It'll be first and long. Call it first and 22 from the Pierre 36-yard line. Back to the original line of scrimmage here. Koffel sends Harden in motion. Now he gets the call, but he stumbles. Foot went right out from underneath him. He's able to fall on it. He was falling down as the pitch was coming back to him. We've seen Brookings going in motion into the backfield, and then they'll redirect to take the pitch. That's what Harden was trying to do, but as he changed direction, his foot went out from underneath him. He knocks the pitch down, but fortunately for Brookings, falls on top of it, back to the 39-yard line. That's a loss of 3. And first and 22 now becomes first and a quarter. We're going to have a whistle here, and Brookings is going to take a timeout. Our first timeout called here in the first half by either team. Timeouts in our broadcast sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. And a 60-second break. Grab a Coke and be back. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Ready to defend our freedom and our way of life. When our nation calls, we are there to help our friends, neighbors, and communities in the event of forest fires, floods, tornadoes, and severe winter storms right here in South Dakota. Now we want you to write the next chapter in our rich history of the South Dakota Army National Guard. Visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or nationalguard.com/SD.
The Pierre Fire Department has a strong and proud history of volunteering for our community since 1881. We have some great men and women who are serving our community, and we are always looking for more quality volunteers. No experience is necessary, as we provide training locally. If you are looking for the next adventure and an opportunity to serve your community, volunteer today. It's as easy as calling 605-773-7401 to get started.
East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, and get your tickets while they last.
Welcome back to Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field. Final night of the high school football regular season for the big schools. Koffel play action, wants to throw over the middle, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Hunter Gray, who seems emphatic, looking for a flag, but two Governors, meanwhile, reaching up for a loose ball and unable to haul it in. It was a little too high. First incomplete pass for Justin Koffel in 3 tries tonight. It'll be third down and 25. That out of the timeout. Again, timeouts from Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. 14-6, Brookings in front. They started this drive in the Pierre side of the field, but a loss on one play and a penalty. Here's a redirection screen pass, and this one knocked down by DeAndre Burnt. A big play by the tall linebacker for the Governors. Started right, wanted to screen, back to the left. Burnt will knock it down. And it's an incomplete pass, and the Bobcats will have 4th and a Hughes County mile. And they'll elect a punt from the Governor 39-yard line. So the Governor defense does come up big. Jaden Weeby will stand back at his 10-yard line. Trey Lewis will come in to not necessarily provide a little help back that deep. The punter will angle to the far side, and it'll be down right there inside the 5-yard line. That ball took a bounce away from the sideline, and you can't do it any better than that. It looked like number 8, which is the quarterback, Justin Koffel, down there. The Governors will have a long field, 37-yard punt, and a pretty good effort at that for Josh Devine. So the Governors, facing adversity for much of this game, will have a little more added here. 3:06 to go, second quarter. That's plenty of time for the Govs to go 98 yards. But they have one touchdown in 5 possessions so far tonight. Keenholz stands in the end zone in the pistol. Takes the snap, quick fire, far side, and the pass is dropped by Jack Merkwan. Out to the 10-yard line, Brookings giving them space, the Governor receivers, but we've seen them a few times looking upfield. No disrespect to any Governor opponent over the course of this season, but I think it's just the fact of the magnitude of this game. Governors, Bobcats, the recent history that they've had. Pierre wants this game more than they've wanted probably any other game on the season, and they're a little extra antsy about it. Couple of drops resulting. Keenholz with time, but now he's got to roll to the left, still in the end zone. He'll streak to the sideline, near side, running out of bounds at about the 5. If nothing else, a little more breathing room, but Lincoln Keenholz avoiding the safety, among other things. He picks up 3 yards on the ground. That scramble will turn into his first rushing attempt on the night. It's only the 3rd carry total by Governor ball carriers. Trey Lewis has 2 carries for 1 yard. Under 3 minutes to play, 2:54. First quarter, Governors trailing 14-6. Now Keenholz on the goal line by himself in the backfield. Looking right. Fires over the middle, and the pass is caught, this time to the 15-yard line. It'll be a Governor first down. Matt Hansen with a big gain, or a big play of 12 yards. And again, the Governor is able to move the ball out away from the goal line. A little bit of breathing room on Hansen's 3rd catch of the night. So Hansen dropped one early, and he's made some nice plays since. In fact, he dropped 2. You saw Jack Merkwan drop one on first down in that sequence, but point being, the Governor receivers may not let those mistakes happen again. Another scramble, roll out, far side. Keenholz will play this one patiently and run it out of bounds, but a good gain on first down out across the 20 to the 22. 5 on this one for Lincoln. Second down and 5, and that stops the clock too. Governors will be in 2-minute mode. Technically 2:23 to go, the clock stopping and that play running out of bounds. 3 wide to the near side, ball on the far hash mark. 1 wide to the far right, that's Merkwan, and he'll take the quick hitter here. Hauls this one in, then takes the hit up ahead of the 30-yard line, brought down at the 32. Pickup of 10 for Pierre and a first down. Second catch for Merkwan, but his first one was a loss of 5. Lincoln Keenholz over 160 yards passing now, but that was his 21st attempt of the night. Same formation, Merkwan right, 3 receivers left to the near side. Keenholz is looking in that direction, got to get away from Brock Longville now. He'll fire, Jet Zabel has it short. Actually going to lose yardage on this play as Jackson Eck with a good play to wrestle down Jet Zabel. Well, forward progress puts him back to the line of scrimmage. So back to the 32-yard line. It'll be second down and 10, and Pierre will have to start thinking about how they want to manage the clock here. Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, the state of South Dakota, who reminds us when you're on the road, stop speeding before it stops you. Obey posted speed limits. South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Over the middle, pass is caught by Edmond this time. Another Gov receiver who has dropped one, but not the second one, and this is a first down gain up across the 40 to the 45, pickup of 13 for Edmond. His first catch of the season. First down at the 45. 1 minute to go. The Governors still with all 3 timeouts, but they'll use one here. And Steve Steele coming out onto the field will take the Coca-Cola break with them. Governors trying to get something done before halftime here as they trail 14-6. Timeout on the field. 60 seconds. We'll take it with them. Sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling and Pierre. This is Governor Football.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Riverview RV Park overlooks Lake Sharp on the Missouri River. They have all the amenities from full hookups, laundry, showers, dog park, play area, and free Wi-Fi. There's no need to drive across the country. When here in central South Dakota, you can find some of the best fishing and the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets. Call us today at 605-280-6266 or reserve your next camping spot online at briggsrvpark.com. Make Riverview RV Park your home away from home experience.
Back at Hollister, over the middle goes Lincoln Keenels. Jaden Wiebe with the reception, and he'll run his way out of bounds, breaking a tackle along the way. That'll preserve some seconds as Zach Moe there in coverage, but the first grab of the night for Wiebe. Lincoln Keenels hooking up with his 7th different receiver. This one on first down will set up second and about 2 at the Brookings 47-yard line. You're trailing 14-6, 50 seconds to play. Keenels with time, fires over the middle, in traffic. Hansen had it, but has it ripped out of his hands. Jackson Eck making another good defensive play here. Hansen a little slow getting up. That looked like quite a difficult exchange, and Steve Steele is hot about something. I don't know if he saw that as a cheap shot. I didn't quite see what happened, but Hansen still not getting off the ground, and Steve Steele going to tell Royce Wurtzer what he saw. But again, Brookings' defense comes up big. That was a 2nd and 2, and Pierce still has time. Hansen being helped to his feet. He's walking off the field under his own power. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him or something as he hit the turf, but incomplete pass will bring up 3rd and 2 as the Governors try to keep this 2-minute drill alive. Brecken Kruger will come in to take Hansen's spot in among the receiving core. He'll be out wide to the right. Cade Kaiser will join him. Weeby's out there. Coach Steele still talking with referee Royce Wurtzer. And Wurtzer seems to be understanding, but saying, well, there's not a lot I can do about it now, Coach. And that's how this sequence will continue. Crowd on both sides of the field coming to life. Brookings trying to fire up their crowd on the far side. 3rd and 2, here's Keenels. Wants a quarterback draw as the first down. 45 to the 40. Tackled inside at the 37-yard line. Moe is the one who brings him down, but the Govs will move the chains to the Bobcat 37-yard line. Pickup of 10 for Keenels. It was a good play on 3rd and 2. Good call. 35 seconds. The clock starts up again. Pierce still with 2 timeouts. Quick throw near side. Merkwan bobbles it, but inside the between the numbers and the sideline. He'll be tackled there by Sam Harden. Pickup of single digits, but a timeout will be taken here by the Governors at about the 29-yard line. A gain of 8. Let's take a quick timeout here shy of halftime. 14-6, it's Brookings.
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Group, I'm Brian Oakland with play-by-play. The Governors trying to keep a end of first half drive going. 2nd and 2. Keenholz throws over the middle. Wiebe has to reach for it, can't haul it in, but the pass will fall incomplete, and that'll stop the clock with 23 seconds left as the Governors just used their second timeout of this first half. This drive started on the 2-yard line. This will be the 12th play of the possession. It started with 3:06 to go in the second quarter. Now in the final minute, 23 seconds left. Watch Merkwan near side left. 3 receivers, 4 eligible to the right. Keenholz goes straight up the middle. He wants to get the first down first. He'll have it at about the 27. And the Governors will call their final timeout. Will he have it? Actually going to be close depending on the spot. The chains haven't moved yet. The near side official spots it. And they are saying first down without a measurement. So now the Governors have to get going. I don't believe, actually, did they call a timeout? The Governors haven't huddled up as if they did call a timeout. If they get the first down, they know they stop the clock there. Keenholz has 4 wide to the far side. Merkwan has his spot taken to the left. Clock is now at 14 seconds, and the officials have stopped the clock here. Of course, Steve Steele is voicing his interpretation of how things should be handled right now. Brookings is heading to the far side. And the clock will be reset at 16 seconds. Looks like we do have a timeout on the field. I'm going to assume the Governors called that here. Of course, well, no, Royce Wurtzer says, hey, there's no timeout. Stay out here. And Brookings has to come back and get in their defensive alignment as well. 14-6, 16 ticks to play. So let's assume no timeout has been called, and the Govs would still have 1 left. Keenholz, now the clock is running, down to 10 seconds. Snap of the football. Keenholz will have to get away. Longville dives, can't get him. From the 40-yard line, pass will be thrown, and I believe caught. Hansen's back out there, and they will mark him with 1 second left in the second quarter. Down to the 15-yard line. That's a pickup of 12, and that may set up Cole Peterson with an opportunity to kick for 3 here. And the Governors will take their final timeout. Coca-Cola timeout here, brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. 30 seconds will finish off the first half when we return. This is Pierre Governor Football.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Back at Hollister Field, Pierre Governor Football brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing partners who include Bank West, the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, and the Dairy Queen. The Governors trailing 14-6. They have it first down at the 15-yard line. They are going to go for the end zone with 1 second to play rather than kicking a field goal. Brookings will get the ball to start the second half. Here's Keenholz from the far hash mark, rolling to the far side, throws toward the end zone. He'll be picked off again at the goal line. And the first half will come to an end as Brookings turns over the Governors for the third time tonight. 14 plays on the drive that started at the 2-yard line with 3:06 left, and the Governors will come up empty. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard is Sam Harden has the interception. Your halftime score, the Bobcats 14 and the Governors 6. The scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long. Steve Steele talking to the officials again before heading into the field house for our locker room break. 14-6, it's Brookings on top, surprising the Governors here, number 3 at number 2 here at Hollister Field. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Our halftime break brought to you by Leiden & Associates, Ameriprise Financial in the Northridge Plaza in Pierre. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football. River 92.7 at drgnews.com.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email Scott at LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The paint store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The paint store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The paint store, same great paint, same great services.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Looking to refinance or finance new auto loan? Owyhee Federal Credit Union has some of the lowest rates in town. Rates as low as 2.55% APR. You have no reason not to check us out. It's easy. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955.
People helping people. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
At Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
Grossenberg Implement knows you can't put a price on safety. That's why John Deere safes are priceless. This week, Grossenberg Implement is offering 8% discount on all in-stock safes. Each has a lifetime repair or replacement warranty against break-in, attempted break-in, and fire damage. Plus, they are beautiful enough with several different styles to choose from to display anywhere in your home. Stop in today and get your safe at Grossenberg Implement.
If you're hunting for a great deal on your next ride, get into Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. We're locked and loaded on all of our new and used inventory, like this 2018 Toyota Highlander, only $28,495. Looking for low price reliability? Try a 2011 Honda Accord for only $6,995. Who wants a loaded up truck? We have a 2014 Chevy Silverado 1500 LTZ for only $17,995. Get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 518 East Sioux Avenue. Call 605-224-7378 and visit GatewayFLT.com.
The Field House in Pierre is your premier spot to watch all the sports, from your local Govs and Lady Govs, as well as Buffs and Lady Buffs, all the way up to your favorite big league teams. Kick back and relax with a pizza, nachos, burgers, or one of our air-fried appetizers. Wash down the food with your pick from our array of premium beverages. Between the action, be sure to check out the unique and plentiful memorabilia throughout the building. We can't wait for you to come in and watch the games with us broadcast on liveticket.tv. The Field House in Pierre.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Dosey's Signs in Chamberlain isn't your run-of-the-mill sign shop. Todd and Doug take the time to listen to your needs and come up with an innovative and effective design to fit your budget and take your advertising to the next level. Dosey specializes in any size or event sporting banners, storefronts and awnings, and letters or numbers for windows, vehicle boats, and enclosed trailers. Need something more flashy? We can do a vehicle wrap, illuminated signs, billboards, and LED lighting. If you can dream it, we can design and build it. Dosey's is a proud sponsor of local sports and communities activities. At DK Auto Repair in Pierre, we take pride in our fast and professional auto service. Our well-trained techs specialize in transmission repair, tune-ups, brake service, suspension engine repair, auto diagnostics, and general maintenance repairs and oil changes. Making sure you and your family get from point A to point Z and all points in between is what motivates us to provide you exceptional service. At DK Auto Repair, we proudly support every Pierre Governors event, the students involved, and their families.
Of all the things you can teach a child, how to handle money is one of the most important. Their knowledge, discipline, and control in the area of money will follow them wherever they may go, and in every area of their life. Teach them the facts of money. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
This is Randy Schumacher, owner of Capital City Monuments. When the time comes for you to consider the purchase of a memorial, be it ahead of time for yourself or for a loved one who has passed, I am here to help. I have 27 memorials on display in my office. We can design the memorial together when you visit. My reputation has been built on integrity, trust, and caring service to families. I am located across from Hardware Hank on Main Street. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you and your family at Capital City Monuments.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
The best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
The Golden Buffalo Casino at Lower Brule is proud of our area youth for their competitive spirit and participation in the various high school activities. It takes dedication and commitment to be the best you can be. It's all about sportsmanship and not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. The Golden Buffalo Casino is your winning destination for great food and more ways to win more often.
Join the team and take on your legacy. Since 1862, the South Dakota Army National Guard has been ready to defend our freedom and our way of life. When our nation calls, we are there to help our friends, neighbors, and communities in the event of forest fires, floods, tornadoes, and severe winter storms right here in South Dakota. Now we want you to write the next chapter in our rich history of the South Dakota Army National Guard. Visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or nationalguard.com/SD.
The Pierre Fire Department has a strong and proud history of volunteering for our community since 1881. We have some great men and women who are serving our community, and we are always looking for more quality volunteers. No experience is necessary, as we provide training locally. If you are looking for the next adventure and an opportunity to serve your community, volunteer today. It's as easy as calling 605-773-7401 to get started.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities.
Riverview RV Park overlooks Lake Sharp on the Missouri River. They have all the amenities from full hookups, laundry, showers, dog park, play area, and free Wi-Fi
activities.
DRG Media Group Studios. We've got more good football coming up. Postseason starts for 11AA next week. Next Thursday night, the Governors will have a home game. Brookings will have a home game. The question is, who will they be playing? If the seedings were as they are now, the Governors would host the Mitchell Colonels. Brookings would play host to Aberdeen Central. A kickoff taken on a hop of the 9-yard line. Brookings had a big seam to run through, but it's closed off by Chase Sarda and the Governors, but up across the 30-yard line. Austin Foley a little slow in getting up toward the end of that play. Nice return for Hunter Gray, and the Bobcats will start 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. We'll have that first-round playoff game, of course, for you next week, Thursday night, whether it's against Aberdeen or Mitchell, or, of course, that'll depend on the results of tonight's games, this one included. Brookings, if they defeat the Governors, quite likely would pass the Govs and become the 2 seed, whereas the Govs would be the 3. To the ground go the Bobcats, of course, as they'll try to go straight up the gut from the 33-yard line, but the Governors will stand their ground. Emmett Anderson, the last off the pile. And was it Gray, I think, who got the first carry of the night? They'll give him a yard and a half, up shy of the 35. We'll give him 2. 2nd down and 8. See if the Governors can stand their ground against this Bobcat rushing attack. Here, of course, going to need more time of possession, perhaps. Gray on the pitch from right to left, coming near side. And a good job by the Governor defense again. Foley, Stotts, among others, away from the pack. Only 1 this time for Hunter Gray. And it'll be 3rd and 7 from the 36-yard line. Brookings in road white will move from right to left here in the 3rd quarter. Governors in home black and green, defending from left to right. Big play coming up. Bobcats at 3rd and 7. Question is, do they throw the football or do they keep it on the ground? More than likely, they'll keep it on the ground. We'll find out. Koffel will send a man in motion. Of course, he wants to throw to the right side. Huska's in coverage, and this pass is incomplete. Hunter Gray came up with it, but he trapped the football as he fell down with it up at about the 44-yard line. So the Governors will hold on a 3 and out to start the second half defensively. So I mentioned playoff football next Thursday night. Tomorrow night, the Pierre Governor volleyball team will be back in action at Riggs High Gym. They'll entertain the Douglas Patriots at 7 o'clock first serve tomorrow. Josh Devine just got one away. Governor defense doing a pretty good job in staying away from him. It looked like 65, Matthew Brewer, who had a chance to block that one, but seeing that he could not do that, thought he did a heck of a job in body control to stay away from the leg of the punter. Avoid a penalty. So Pierre with a fair catch from Jaden Wiebe starts on their own 31-yard line here. First possession of the second half. They trail 14-6. Now we get to see if they've made any adjustments on the offensive side. They'll bunch things up in the middle of the field. Man in motion, Trey Lewis from left to right. Out on the flat, he's covered up. Keenholz wants to throw. Now Lewis finds a seam, and he finds the space to haul that pass in. What a good job and keep alive by Trey Lewis, and the communication and the eye contact here with Lincoln Keenholz. Pass is caught to the Brookings 47-yard line, and a pickup of 22 yards on the first play of the second half. Keenholz, who threw 26 times in that first half, connects with Lewis, who catches his 4th pass of the night here to begin the second half. No Pierre receiver Caught more than 4 passes in the first half. Here's a redirect. Cole Peterson on his first carry to the 40-yard line. Up the middle of the field, slips a tackle, brought down at the 30. Cole Peterson with a spark. Governor crowd likes it. The Governors with a couple of big gains in a row. Here taken down to the 29-yard line. Is there a flag on the field? Resting at the 50-yard line. Far side, and the Governors are coming back. Number 72, Kyle Albertson called on the infraction here, a holding penalty that'll wipe away what would have been an 18-yard carry for Cole Peterson. Yeah, he's a kicker, but he's a pretty good athlete nonetheless. Congratulations, by the way, to Cole this week. Was named in the All-State Class AA soccer team, of course, all ESD as well. That first down pickup is going to be turned into a loss of 13 as it turns out. Govs are backed up to their own 40-yard line. 6th penalty on the night. Clock running at 9:35 here in the third quarter. 14-6 Brookings. Ball in the middle of the field as Keenholz takes the snap. Bobcats coming with it. Keenholz ducks away from 2 rushers and then gets across from everybody, and he's up the middle of the field, and a big gain here for Lincoln Keenholz on first down and 23. Very close to a first down. Keenholz made himself skinny. He got away from 2 blitzers, and then he ran past 3 big linemen. Suddenly got into the open field and then picked up some blocks downfield too. Close to a first down. And this Rapid City officiating crew is going to ask for a measurement as Keenholz went from the Pier 40 to the Brookings. About 37 and a half. 40 to 40 is 20 yards. So about a 23-yard gain here on what was first down and 23. Chain gain coming across. Keenholz always has his eyes downfield, whether he wants to throw or run. They stretch the chains in the nose of the football. Has it by enough. So a 23-yard scamper for Lincoln Keenholz. And despite the penalty, the Governors with a couple of big plays here so far into Brookings territory. They'll have it at the 38-yard line of the Bobcats, which is really more of a 22-yard gain for what it's worth. 9:17 to go now, fresh set of downs. Keenholz, empty backfield. Lewis will go in motion to join him. He'll just fake the handoff, and now it's a straight-up run for Lincoln, but he won't go too far. Might get 2 yards here up the middle. And there again, Carter Wright, who's played a good night defensively so far. Spot him inside the 42. Check it inside the 37. We'll just call that a gain of 1. It'll be second and a long 8. Matt Hansen, Cade Kaiser receivers left. Jack Merkwan to the near side. Ball's in front, or in between the hash marks, closer to the near side. Lewis in the backfield. He gets the handoff, looking to follow his right guard. We'll have a flag thrown from the near side official as Lewis is swallowed up in the scrum. Magnus Nelson, the nose tackle, in among others who are right there to clog that one up. No gain here for Lewis, but check the penalty. Personal foul, face mask on Brookings. So the Governors haven't had a lot of breaks when yellow flags have been thrown tonight, but they get one here as Brookings will give them 15 yards on the face mask. Somebody trying to bring down Trey Lewis. And again, no gain on that play, but the Governors will advance to the 22-yard line. That's a first down. First possession for Pierre. After halftime, trailing 14-6. Lewis in motion. Gets the handoff, patient, turns up the middle of the field. He's got a good gain on first down, and we're going to have flags thrown all over the place. Extracurricular, the Governors playing past the whistle, and then it was Zach Moe who got thrown to the ground by Brady Getz. And now we've got another flag that's thrown. Jack Merkwan still in among some Bobcats. There are 4 yellow flags on the floor right now. Brady Getz was blocking against Zach Moe late after the play, with Lewis gaining to the 11-yard line. The officials are going to send both teams to the sideline to cool off for a bit, and they'll sort this thing out. But again, Lewis, in fact, the ball spotted at the 12. But we saw Brady Getz blocking a little extra against Zach Moe. And perhaps Moe loses his footing. Perhaps Getz put him down to the ground a little too hard. Moe didn't like it, so he fights back. This is after the whistle. And my hunch is that at first we'll probably have roughness penalties from both Brady Getz and from Zach Moe. The question is, what happens after that? Brookings came to the defense of Moe, so others getting into the act, and then there was a fourth late flag thrown. So lots to sort out here. If you're a Governor fan, whatever happens, you really hope that the result of this play stands and that everything happens post-whistle. It would be a 9-yard gain for Trey Lewis. So the clock stopping with 8:04 to go here in the third quarter. Brookings went 3 and out to start the second half. The Governors, after a punt, started this drive on their own 31. You can imagine both teams, I'd like to say, mutual respect for each other, but there's probably some animosity. Brookings, I can imagine, really wants this game after not being able to get that second or that state championship a year ago. 77, Brady Getz. Brookings, Zach Moe. Those are offset. And that's all they're going to call. And the result of the play will stand. The Governors get a 9-yard gain for Trey Lewis down to about the 12-yard line. An unnecessary roughness, you think about it in this term. Now Steve Steele is out there. He's expressing more of his point of view. He had a lengthy conversation or two in the first with the officials as well. The good thing about this for the players' standpoint is these are unnecessary roughness penalties, not unsportsmanlike conduct. Cade Kaiser spiked a football after a touchdown in the first half. He was called for unsportsmanlike. If you are whistled for unsportsmanlike conduct 2 times in the game, you would subsequently be ejected. That doesn't necessarily happen on unnecessary roughness penalties. I think Coach Steele probably was wondering, hey, when all these Bobcats come in and start pushing and shoving after the fact, were there any more penalties that could have been called? But the officials sorted out. It's 1 personal foul per team. They offset. That's post-whistle. So again, 2nd down and 1. Coming up, the Governors are in the red zone at the Brookings Bobcat 12-yard line. Moving left to right. Still early here in the second half. Keenholz, quarterback, straight up ahead on the keeper inside the 10-yard line, leaning, it looks like, to about the 9. Jackson Eck got in the backfield quickly, but Keenholz ran past him. They needed a yard. He gets 3. It's a 1st down and goal for the Governors. Ball spotted at the 9-yard line. Athletes on both sides of the field, and they face each other. Football and on the basketball court. Some of them wrestling-wise will see each other later in the night in the season as well. Keenholz, keeper, right side, lowers his shoulder, trying to follow a block, and looked like he had a little more running room than he did. Trey Lewis trying to block one guy, but there were 2 Bobcats there, and Lincoln only going to get a yard here. I really thought he might have been able to turn the corner and win the race to the pylon, but Brookings does another good job defensively And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 8. Merkwan wide right, near side, short side of the field. 3 Governors go left with Lewis, Hansen, and Kaiser. The widest. Jet Zabel is also a factor. He's the tight end on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Ball on the near hash mark. Keno's looking over the middle. Pass is tipped by Eck as he's looking for Lewis. It'll fall harmlessly to the ground out of the end zone on the back side. Pass incomplete. What can you say about Brookings' pass defense when the Governors have been in the red zone tonight? 2 interceptions in the first half, including the last play of the half, which was more of a desperation throw, but the Governors have not had this much difficulty getting the ball in the end zone with their passing game all season long, save maybe for the 11 AAA's number 1 team, Harrisburg, in week 1. Single-handed receive and a pass to Lewis on the flat. A little swing pass, but it's through Trey's hands. And now Brady Getz helping up Magnus Nelson at the end of that play. It's nice that everybody learns to behave themselves after a little extracurricular a moment ago, but another incomplete pass, and now the Governors faced with a 4th down. 4th and goal from the 8-yard line. And again, electing to go for it rather than kicking field goals. Ball inside the near hash. Here come the Bobcats as Keenholz has to unload. He doesn't get enough on it. Pass intended for Kaiser on the snap, and it never got there. Incomplete, and the Bobcat defense holds serve. So it'll be a turnover on downs for the Govs. Brookings will have it inside their own 10-yard line, but they will have the football and 6:44 to play. Here in the third quarter, score remains 14-6. So the Bobcats will try to get out of the shadow of their own goal post here. Justin Koffel will send Tyson Brandt in motion. Hand off to him up the middle of the field. He slips one ankle tackle. Doesn't get away from Jacob Mayer, but he does get good yardage out across the 15-yard line, maybe the 16. And a gain of about 8 here for Tyson Brandt. 84 yards on 11 carries tonight. Good night so far. And a good start on first down for the Cats. Here as they've got a 2nd and 2 coming up. 6:15 to go, third quarter. And again, there's an awful lot of time left in this game, but if you're the Governors, as Calderon comes up the middle, will pick up a first down across the 20, brought down to the 23 by Deegan Huska. That's a gain of 7. Certainly a lot of time left as you've got a whole quarter and a half to go, but if you're the Governors, you just don't want Brookings to chew up so much time that you really don't give yourself a chance. Certainly not if Brookings should score on this possession and make it a 2-possession game. So you'd love to have a defensive stop on this one, maybe as soon as possible. Here comes Brandt again. Looked like he was going to go to the corner, but he'll go up the middle of the field. He'll be finished off by Jaden Wiebe, but first contact wrestled down by Deegan Huska, but another sizable gain on first down, 8 yards again for Tyson Brandt. On this drive so far that started at the 8, Brandt ran for 8. Izzy Calderon ran for 7, and Brandt for 8 more. 23 yards out to the 31-yard line. 2nd and 2, Brookings. And a rare look at Koffel in the pistol. 4 wide, 2 each side. Calderon the single setback. He'll take the handoff, but he'll be pushed back for a loss of a yard. Finished off by Foley. Sarda is in there too. The linebacker's doing a fine job for the Govs on that play. It'll be 3rd down and 3. They go double wing for most of the night, and the one time you look at Koffel coming out from under center, just a different look, but Maybe not the result that the Bobcats wanted. Still third and manageable with 3 to go. Ball's right in the middle of the field. 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Brookings on top, 14-6. Fake the pitch. Koffel rolls out. He's got a lot of room to run. Huska will get to him. The ball is out, but it trickles out of bounds, and Koffel bailed out there. He got the first down ahead of the 35. Huska hits him. The ball was on the ground, but it just rolled into the Brookings bench, and they actually got a couple of yards out of that. Add it to the 39-yard line. We'll give 7 to Koffel on the run. His second carry of the night. But it's first down for the Bobcats here. And they'll bunch it up in the double wing with Gavin Fixon, who has not been called much tonight. Good athlete out there on the right side. Here's Brandt. He'll be wrapped up in a good play this time. Jace Sharon in on the stop. Jace played well, according to Coach Steele at Aberdeen a week ago, getting opportunities, and he makes a big stop of a big running back. 2 yards to the 41 for Brandt this time. Second down and 8. And again, this drive that started with 6:44 in the third quarter is now 3 minutes in. And the Bobcats still haven't made it to the 50-yard line, and I'm sure they're just fine with that. From right to left, the handoff out of the wing. Hunter Gray. Nope, that's Sam Harden, 38, up across the 45 to the 46. He'll pick up 5. Brady Clark in Keys to Success, our conversation, makes no bones about it. He says we want to run the football. For the football purists, they probably like seeing things like that. If you're a Governor fan, though, and you're used to the passing offense, you kind of get lulled to sleep sometimes. 3rd and 3 here for Brookings. Away from center goes Koffel, sending Brandt in motion. He'll take the handoff, turns the corner, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go for Tyson Brandt. Gavin Stotts was there. There's Emmett Anderson, who may have made the hit. Coming up off the bottom of the pile is Austin Foley here on senior night. Makes a senior play. Now Brookings has 4th and 3 at their own 46-yard line. Does Brookings go for it? It certainly looks like they will. Confident in their offense. Gray's in motion. He'll take the pitch, looking to foul the blockers, and there is Josh Strand. A no-go for the Bobcats here on 4th down, and Pierre will take over on the Brookings side of the 50-yard line. So the Governors turned it over on downs at the 8-yard line. Brookings runs 9 plays, but they'll turn it over on downs. It's Governor ball at the Bobcat 46. If you're Brookings, I'm sure you trust your offense to pick those 3 yards up, but still on the negative side of the 50-yard line, you could question that call a bit. So Pierre on first down, over the middle, Keenholz finds Cade Kaiser at the 35, starts to the middle, cuts back, and a good decision to just fall on it with 4 Bobcats surrounding him at the 31-yard line. First down gain of 15 yards. Kaiser's 3rd catch of the night. Keenholz 2 of 4 so far here in the second half. 14-6 Governors, the score remaining. Playoff type atmosphere here. Pierre and Brookings getting together for the first time since the trip to the Dakota Dome a year ago. Keenholz slicing and dicing. A flag will be thrown here on the keeper from behind the play. Lincoln dives to the 25-yard line for a would-be 6-yard gain. Flag will be placed at what was the line of scrimmage here. And probably another holding penalty here on the Govs. Ball being brought back from the 25. So the Governors will commit their 7th penalty that'll be marked against them on the night. 10 yards to the negative. Put it back to the 41. It's 1st and 20. Governor defense, you knew they would have to come up big. Josh Strand has played a great ball game tonight. He got that 4th down stop. The Governors will try to turn that into points. That's been a hard thing to do so far here tonight. They trail 14-6. Keenholz on first down. Merkwan coming for the wide receiver screen. Gets a block from Albertson, and he gets a good gainer back to the original line of scrimmage, to the 31, a pickup of about 10. And it'll be second down and 10 off of the fourth grab of the night for Jack Merkwan. And Merkwan, who is used to having big yardage plays, has 4 catches for a total of 23 yards tonight. He's probably one of them that's one of the Governors that's just itching to make a big play. It hasn't happened yet. Down to 60 seconds to go. Quarter number 3. Halftime score remains 14-6. Keenholz rolls right, tucks up the middle of the field. 5 yards here to the 25. In fact, we'll give him 6. And it'll be third down and 4. Brookings covers him up well. If you're the Bobcats, you know you got to cover the pass, but you've got to account for Keenholz, the runner, as well. That was another thing Brady Clark talked about in our pregame conversation. Triplets to the left for the Governors receiving wise. Merkwan's an only child on the right. Now the Governors, actually Brookings jumps. The Governors jumped too, but was Brookings in the neutral zone first? There were 3 Bobcats it looked like that jumped, but whether they crossed that neutral line or not is the question. False start, Governors. Apparently not. Brady Getz saw him out of the corner of his eye, but it looked like Brookings maybe got in the neutral zone, but from this angle, I'm certainly not going to commit to that. So it goes back to the 30-yard line. 3rd and 4 becomes 3rd and 9 for Keenholz at the 30-yard line. Has the snap, looking, and Hansen with a one-handed grab. He reaches it up with the left hand, hauls it in. First down, Governors to the 15-yard line. Matthew Beckham Jr. into the red zone, keeps it alive, a 16-yard gain. That'll be the final play of the third quarter, and again, the halftime score is still holding, but the Governors with some life. On the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, they trail the Brookings Bobcats by the score of 14-6. Governor football, well, the scoreboard again from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Governor football sponsored your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7, and DRGnews.com by your Pierre sports marketing partners, who do include Kelly's Retirement Home, Guadalajara Mexican
Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Seems like we're just getting started. We're going to the fourth quarter, though. Brookings does lead 14-6. A spectacular grab by Matthew Hansen, setting the Governors up with a first down in the red zone. As they go to the other side of the field, the Governors will travel from right to left. Keenholz on first down, wants to roll to the left, floats one out looking for Lewis, has it! No, it's broken up. He had it briefly, but a good job. Another big play by the Bobcats in the end zone. Trying to see who that was out there. It's Tyson Brandt, who's done a lot of great things offensively. Here he negates or nullifies what would have been a 14-yard touchdown grab. Trey Lewis runs a good pattern, but the pass floating allowed Brandt to catch up to it. Just as Lewis is trying to tuck it away, Brandt gets the hand in there to knock it out. So it's 2nd and 10 from the 14. Second play of the fourth quarter. Keenholz rolling left again. Looking end zone again. Too much on this one for Cade Kaiser. Might have been the same play, just a different receiver. Now it'll be 3rd down and 10. Keenol's actually had, I believe, Jaden Wiebe on an underneath route, or was it Jet Zabel perhaps? Well, Wiebe's out there too. Certainly didn't need all 14 yards at one time. That would have been a different option, but meanwhile, it'll be 3rd and 10 from the 14. Merkwan, Wiebe, Hansen, 3 to the left. Kaiser alone to the right, far side of the field. Ball on the far hash mark. Keenol's again, looking left. Now over the middle, and it is Wiebe. And Keenol's might have had to throw that one aside from the umpire. Randy Stanton in there. But he leads Wiebe too far. So, incomplete again. And it is 4th and 10. And now, if you're the Governors, trailing 14-6, they've had a few opportunities where they could have kicked field goals tonight, elected not to do so. This is probably the 4th time, but now they're a little more forced, I think, with the Brookings offense and the way they play. You kind of have to go for it here. You need 10. You're on the 14. Keenholz over the middle, and Wiebe can't reach it. Had to reach out. Keenholz with a lot of smoke on that one, and the Governors, for the 2nd time in a row, will turn the ball over on downs in the red zone. 34th pass thrown tonight by Lincoln Keenholz, but he's 0 for 4 from the 14-yard line in that sequence, and Brookings bends but doesn't break again, and that play looming large for Tyson Brandt in the end zone as he broke up a would-be touchdown to Trey Lewis. So with 11:40 to go in the 4th quarter, Brookings still with a 14-6 lead. Koffel will send Gray in motion. He'll give it to Caldron. Israel Caldron just ahead of the 15-yard line. A short gain here, maybe 2, and the Governors coming away from it. Take your pick. Most likely Gavin Stotts in on the stop. They'll give him 3, it looks like, to the 17-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Talked about what we expected in this game. Defense is what we've got. Here's Brandt looking for an avenue again. Doesn't have much. He bounces off of first contact, leans to the 20. So the big fella going to pick up 4, it looks like. They'll spot him to the 21. And 2nd down and about 3. Strand in on the stop for the Governors. 15 carries. I've got Tyson Brandt now at 98 yards. His big one was 38 yards to set up the 2nd touchdown. We're on the way to the 2nd touchdown that Brookings scored. He does have a 4-yard touchdown as well, but pretty much everything other than that big one is single digits. Now he'll get it again. Looking for the line to gain. He will be close. The officials are coming in right from the, well, it looks like the 25. The line to gain would have been the 24, so Brandt gets this one by plenty. 4 yards this time to the 25. 1st down, Bobcats. Still plenty of time in this one, but Governor fans are going to start watching the clock before too long. It is down to 10:05 with 14-6 our score. Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, the state of South Dakota, reminding us all to be safe, drive smart. Listening to Pierre Governor football, the give to Caldron. Bounces off and then out to the left side. Is that Caldron or might have been Sam Harden, can't tell here. Looked like the fullback. We'll assume that to be Caldron, a 2-yard pickup. Pierre Governor football, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7, KGFX FM Pierre. Member of DRG Media Group, live streaming with the help of Live Ticket at drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page. Spread the formation, but here comes Hunter Gray. Just a different look, but it turns into a double wing give. And Gray is upended close to another first down at the 29-yard line. Gain of only 2 here, but it will be 3rd and 1. And the Bobcats are playing Brookings Bobcat football right now here, trying to chew as much time as they possibly can. Coming up in postgame, we'll check all those scores from around 9-man ranks and 11B as well from the playoffs, first round. Koffel comes up under center to change the look, and he might have gotten a second effort as he sneaks for the first down. He'll be the last one helped up off the ground. I'll tell you what, actually the Governors got to him. I was a little intrigued by that as he really gets a running start. He comes up, and that almost could be, to me, like a false start. But meanwhile, Brookings has it 4th and 1, still at the 29, and they are going to call a timeout. 8:11 to play, 4th quarter. Governors coming up with the biggest defensive play of the game when we come back after the 60-second timeout. Coca-Cola Bottling sponsoring. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The paint store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The paint store is a proud
167, and your service begins with. Good morning. John, let me help you.
Back at Hollister Field, 4th and a yard for the Bobcats. A ball that's mishandled, and the Governors may have come away with it, and they have. Out of the Bobcat timeout, Brookings needed a yard, but the handoff exchange seemed to be a little bit high from Justin Koffel to his fullback. The ball popped up in the air. 4th down play. I don't think Brookings was going to get it, but it turns into a fumble. It probably will go as a turnover. And again, that's assuming the Governors recovered, but doesn't matter. Biggest defensive play of the game goes in favor of the Governors. So they'll have it at the Brookings 34-yard line. Brookings, for the second time, goes for it on 4th and short on their own side of the field, and they come up empty. 8:05 to go. Now it's Governor football, still trailing by only 1 possession. 14-6, Keenholz will give to Trey Lewis. Up the middle, bounces out to the right, cuts back, and it's a decent gain. As he approaches the 30-yard line, looks like he'll be stopped at about the 31 for a gain of 3 on first down. The Brookings defense has probably been the biggest factor in this game, and their ability to stop the Governors deep in Brookings territory on several occasions, but they may have to do it again here. 2nd and 7. Keenholz out to the flat. Merkwan has it. Now he's trying to make a cut inside the 30. Got away from the first man. Behind the play, Brady Getz and Zach Moe, who got into a little extracurricular activity earlier tonight. Almost did it again, but cooler heads prevail. And Merkwan with a gain of only 2 to the 29-yard line. His 5th catch of the night, but only a 5-yard average. 7 minutes to play. 3rd and 5 for Pierre. Merkwan looking left, floating. Merkwan on the go, looking for separation, but he can't get to it at the pylon. And again, Jack Merkwan started to lean inside away from the sideline, and then as he tried to create some separation, that's how he's gotten some big plays on many occasions so far this season, but this time Keenholz, whether he threw it a little too early or the play just took too long to develop, it's an incomplete pass. Keenholz misfiring on his 5 of his last 6. 4th and 5. Govs need this one. Back to Merkwan. He's got it! Inside the 5, short of the goal line. I believe he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Brookings says that it's incomplete, and they come away celebrating. Jack Merkwan, I could tell you his feet were down. The question is, was he bobbling the football? The officials are discussing. Out of bounds. He would have been out of bounds at the 1, maybe the 2-yard line. They say it's an incomplete pass. Merkwan's feet certainly looked like they were in bounds. The only thing is, again, we just have to speculate. Maybe he was bobbling the football. The ball didn't hit the ground. The guys with the camera say that was a catch. Is there slow-mo instant replay? So the Bobcats turn away the Governors on downs for the 3rd time in a row here in the second half. 6:48 to play. It's Brookings football from the 29. Hunter Gray takes the first down handoff, but he will only get back to the line of scrimmage at best. The Governors cover it up. There again, Austin Foley always around the football. No gain, maybe even a loss of a half a yard for Gray. This, again, the newest, biggest defensive sequence. Social media is firing on all cylinders now, it seems, but 2nd down and 10. Koffel away from center, fakes the pitch. Here comes Sarda, going to lay a lick on him, but the pass is floated out over the middle. Tyson Brandt just about had it at the Governor 45-yard line. The Governors get a break. Chase Sarda forced Koffel to throw that one quickly. And Brookings almost got a big play out of it. It'll be 3rd and 10 and a half. For the Governors, the clock stops with 6:02 to play here in the 4th quarter. Brookings, and 10 yards to go, definitely trying to catch the Governors off guard here, but now you're faced with a 3rd and 10. You'd love to run the football, but will you pick up 10 yards? Koffel wants to throw again. Governors giving chase. They've got him, and down goes Koffel. Quarterback sack inside the 25-yard line. Koffel stayed on his feet a few seconds longer than anticipated, but important for the Bobcats, he doesn't throw it away or doesn't make it a mistake. The Governors with a 5-yard sack, first sack of the night. Now Brookings will punt. 5.5 minutes left in regulation. Josh Devine is the punter, a short hop snap, but he does get it away. Jacob Mayer almost had that one rattle him in the heel, but it'll bounce. Still shy of the 50-yard line, downed out there by the Bobcats, and Malachi Ramsey, the big fella. So here come the Govs. They hold on defense yet again. The Governors defensively are 3 for 3. Make it 4 for 4 here in the second half. But they need some offensive production. 5:17 to go. In regulation, started at the Brookings 47-yard line. Lincoln Keenholz in the empty backfield. Spreading the field 3 wide to the near side. Start with the screen to Merkwan from the 50 to the 45, tripped up to the 41. Jackson Eck. And a gain of 6 for Jack Merkwan. Keenholz. From the stats he's had in every game the Governors have played this year to what he's got tonight, his yards per completion and yards per attempt are going to pale in comparison tonight to anything else he's done all season long. Flushed out, throws, man breaks free, but out on the far side to pass overthrown. Cade Kaiser out there at about the 30-yard line. Unable to haul that one in. He's coming back saying that was his bad instead of he's telling his quarterback that he probably should have had that one, but it did look a little bit like a high pass. So the Governors back to the 41 they go. 3rd down and 4. Keenholz has the snap from the near hash mark, wants the draw. He keeps it 40. There was a flag thrown behind the play. Keenholz inside the 30-yard line, down at about the 27. And these officials don't miss much. Governor fans getting frustrated. 4:33 to go, and as Keenholz gained to the 27-yard line, what would have been a 14-yard gain, holding is the call. We haven't heard Governor fans get feisty all season long, but now with a holding penalty, they'll be marked back to their own side of the 50-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 15. About an 11-yard loss on that penalty, 10-yard from the spot of the foul. So 3rd down, Keenholz with it, wants Merkwan. There's help out there defensively. Jack will be a little bit short on this one. Keenholz with the overthrow again, and Brookings just got flagged at the goal line. 2 Bobcats talking. Merkwan is still on the ground. And I don't know if this is going to be a taunt or something, but it looks like an unsportsmanlike penalty is coming. And if that's the case, the Governors just got a huge break. Unsolicited. 3rd and 15. And what we're speculating is probably going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty. 9AA postseason on KPLO. By the way, the Lyman Raiders lead Stanley County 16-0. They're at the half. Here it's 14-6. We've got 4:20 to go at Hollister Field. And again, Lincoln Keenholz, he and Jack Merkwan have hooked up on long go routes all season long. Lincoln, I thought, might have been trying to force this one. He was double covered, was Merkwan. Pass was overthrown at the goal line. Merkwan on the ground. The crowd thinks this one's against the Governors, but they're just bringing it back. They're bringing the ball back to mark it up 15 yards. But again, Merkwan's seated on the ground. He just not picked himself up off the ground. There were 2 Bobcats out there. And the back judge was out there too, and apparently one of them just said something. I didn't really see that they were taunting Merkwan on the ground, but maybe celebrating the result of the play. 15 yards is going to be a 1st down. No measurement needed. I think it's an automatic. Back to the 37 of Brookings it goes. And again, huge play, or a break to the Governors. They haven't needed help very often this season, but that one they'll take. As we've got a bit of a delay. Referee Roy Swartzer changing some things, and now he'll let the play go. Brookings defense trying to pick their crowds up, and they're even motioning to the Governor's sideline here to start talking it up a little bit. The Governor grandstand, that is. Keenholz on 1st down. Pump fakes. Oh, and now he's got a man wide open. It's Merkwan, 30-yard line. Has it in the middle of the field, cutting back to the 15, to the 10. Big play for the Governors. Keenholz and Merkwan set that up with about 4 or 5 wide receiver screens. This time, Keenholz on 1st down. Pump fakes. Merkwan then breaks free after the defense bites. And Jack all the way down to the 9-yard line, a gain of 28. It'll be 1st down and goal to go. The Governors have struggled getting to this point tonight so far, or once they've gotten to this spot on the field. Weeby's in motion. Keenholz takes the snap. He's looking over the middle, was under a little bit of pressure, and tried to deliver to Jet Zabel. Jet was wide open, but the pass leads a little too far. And that one play right there, kind of a microcosm of how this game has gone for Lincoln Keenholz tonight. Receivers are available, but in this playoff type atmosphere of this game, even though it's the last game of the regular season, but there is home field advantage on the line through 2 games in the playoffs with this game. Keenholz, second down at the 9, over the middle, touchdown! Matthew Hansen breaks free across the middle. There's the strike thrown by Keenholz, and the Governors at long last score their second touchdown of the night. From 9 yards out. Of course, this one putting the Governors within 2. They missed a PAT due to a penalty back in the first quarter that forced them to try a longer attempt. So the Govs will have to go for 2 with 3:44 left in the fourth quarter. The Govs have 4 receivers all out to the far side of the field. Nope, 2 receivers and 2 offensive linemen to the far side of the field. 4 down linemen, including Jet Zabel. Quarterback draw. Keenholz with the surge. 2-point conversion. Question mark. Good. Finally, it's called, and Keenholz will tie it up. 14-14, our score. 3:44 to play. The Governors are re-energized. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The paint store. Same great paint, same great services.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
John Hoffman Electric.
14, that drive taking a minute 33 off of our fourth quarter clock. 2 touchdowns thrown by Keenholz, 7 yards to Cade Kaiser in the first quarter, now 9 yards to Hansen here in the fourth. Cole Peterson kicks off. Brandt makes a good catch of a tough one here at the 10-yard line. Slips 1 tackle up the far hash mark between the hash and the numbers across the 25. And Tyson Brandt down at the 27-yard line. So the Brookings offense against the Governor defense. One more time here. 3:38 to play. We've got an injured Bobcat on the field. Injury timeout here. Sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling. Looks like a little pain being felt by this injured Brookings player. We'll take the injury timeout momentarily. 30 seconds. Again, Coca-Cola Bottling with the timeouts in our broadcast. It's 14-14. Bobcats on offense when we come back here to Pierre Governor Football.
Electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Whether you're looking to refinance or finance new auto loan, Owyhee Federal Credit Union has some of the lowest rates in town. Rates as low as 2%. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955.
People helping people. Owyhee Federal Credit
haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford in Highmore and experience the difference.
Grossenberg Implement knows you can't put a price on safety. That's why John Deere safes are priceless. This week, Grossenberg Implement is offering 8% damage. Plus, they are beautiful enough with several different styles to choose from to display anywhere in your home. Stop in today and get your safe.
Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. We're locked and loaded on all of our new and used 995. Who wants a loaded up truck? We have a 2014 Chevy Silverado 1500 LTZ for only $17,995. Get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. 518.
In the fourth quarter. Justin Koffel, quarterback, wants to throw right away. They usually do very effectively all night long. I'm sure they would love to just keep running the clock, and they don't want to give the Governors the football back, but they throw the football. Has it, Huska giving chase. Gray tried to cut back at the 40-yard line, and Huska will upend him, but a good gain. That run 90% of the time. Certainly don't say they can't. Of 8 through the air for Koffel tonight. He'll set him up, back in the double wing. Gray in motion from the finally run him down, but not until Brookings is inside the 10-yard line. Gets him another 40-plus yard gain all the way down to the Governor 8-yard line. And now the Governors will try to slam the door. Brookings has 2 timeouts left. Play ran out of bounds to the 5, and he'll fall at the 1. Curious to see that one again. I didn't see if the Governors actually tackled Brandt. Brookings obviously has all 3 timeouts. Pylon, he's got it. Second of the night. Brookings takes the lead there for inside. So the Bobcats, when they beat the Governors in Brookings in the plus 3 timeouts after a 30.
Want to watch all this pizza, nachos, burgers, or
brought to you by Golden Buffalo and
Spearfish, a sanctuary for those seeking meat.
Didn't work. The Governors will, here in our fourth quarter, in a 7-yard deficit. Well, if you're watching this one, in addition to listening, hopefully we've got kicking tee not picked up. So we have a delay here to start our first down play. 30-plus yarders all night long. Let's see what they do. First down here, near hash mark, moving right to left. It'll be a throw out to the far side. Merkwan has it. Just a 5-yard gain, covered up well by 2 defenders out there for the Bobcats. One of which is Jackson Eck, who's played a huge game tonight. To the 24, 5-yard gain. Second down. Keenholz out to the near side, and a pass overthrown looking for Zabel. In fact, Tyson Brandt almost had an opportunity to haul that one in. Too much on the pass from Keenholz. And it'll be third and a long 4 from the 25-yard line. Well, we'll call it the 24. 2 wide left, 2 will go far side, the short side of the field. Merkwan with Wiebe out there. Kaiser far left over here. Keenholz going to run it this time. He'll get the first down and maybe a 10-yard pickup across the 30 to the 35. Clock will stop to move the chains as Keenholz picks up 11. Lincoln's 10th carry of the night. Your crowd getting restless. We're in the final minute, 45 seconds to play. Keenholz going to get bottled up, and the Govs will have to spend a timeout. Quarterback sack back to the 30-yard line. Magnus Nelson in there. Brock Longville, the defensive line, along with, of course, Jackson Eck, who continues to play very well tonight. Timeout here.
Steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Dosey's Signs in Chamberlain isn't your run-of-the-mill sign shop. Todd and Doug take the time to listen to your needs and come up with an innovative and effective design to fit your budget and take your advertising to the next level. Dozy specializes in any size or event sporting banners, storefronts and awnings, and letters or numbers for windows, vehicle boats, and enclosed trailers. Need something more flashy? We can do a vehicle wrap, illuminated signs, billboards, and LED lighting. If you can dream it, we can design and build it. Dozy's is a proud sponsor of local sports and communities activities. At DK Auto Repair in Pierre, we take pride in our
It's 40 seconds to play. Here comes out 3 wide to the left. Keenholz looking in that direction. Over the middle, will go underneath to Jaden Wiebe. He'll look for the sideline and have it up ahead of the 40-yard line. Backpedaled a little bit to elude one defender. He'll reach the 41. That's a gain of 11 off of a 2nd and 15. That is Wiebe's second catch tonight. So 3rd and 4. Another big play coming up here for the Govs. Keenholz going to throw quickly out to Cade Kaiser. He'll need some blocking. 40 to the 45. Not going to get the first down, but he is out of bounds, dragged out by Tyson Brandt. And the Governors will have a yard to go that they will have to have. Spot it at the 44, a gain of 3. Boy, just it's weird to see the Governors picking up all these short pass plays tonight. 4th and 1, 27 seconds left. Keenholz may try to keep this one on the ground, but Brookings may be ready. Here comes Lincoln, head down. Second effort, first down, picked up by the Govs. To the 46, that's a gain of 2. Now a timeout will be taken by the Govs. This will be their second. Let's take another quick 30. Timeouts brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Make it 21-14. Brookings with 23 ticks to play here at Hollister Field. This is Governor football.
Professional Auto Service. Our well-trained techs specialize in transmission repair, tune-ups, brake service, suspension engine repair, auto diagnostics, and general maintenance repairs and oil changes. Making sure you and your family get from point A to point Z and all points in between is what motivates us to provide you exceptional service. At DK Auto Repair, we proudly support every Pierre Governors event, the students involved, and their families.
Of all the things you can teach a child, how to handle money is one of the most important. Their knowledge, discipline, and control in the area of money will follow them wherever they may go, and in every area of their life.
Now the Governors, 7 plays from their own 19 so far, rest on their own 46. 54 yards to go with a 7-point deficit. Second timeout has been used. They'll have 1 to go. 3 wide to the far side right. Ball on the near hash mark. Lincoln Keenholz will take the short snap. Looking over the middle. Pass too tall for Jaden Wiebe. And again, more underneath route running here for the Governors. Just everything that they've been able to do in the long passing game all season long. None of that really materializing here tonight. Keenholz just threw his 45th pass attempt of the night. 3 wide right again, 2nd and 10. Now Lincoln looking to unload, looking for Merkwan back there. Bobcats have coverage and they'll knock it away. And again, a good job by Tyson Brandt. I saw the 4 on the jersey. I think that's 24. Last time the Governors were unsuccessful on that particular play. That particular route, Brookings was called for unsportsmanlike. Not this time. Might have been the kicker, Peyton Theodosopoulos, out there in good coverage. He just got a hand up, knocked it down. Made the safe play, not trying to pick it off. 12 seconds left now. Pierre really only has time for 2 plays. They'll have to go long on one of them. But it's 3rd and 10. Keenholz now has Merkwan, and the hash mark pass is caught. Jack's got to get down, but he loses the football at the 35-yard line. Brookings picks it up, and the Bobcats are going to win this one. Flag is thrown. It's post-possession It's at the end of the play. Now Jack Merkwan caught that ball, had the first down probably at about the 35-yard line. But really, if you're Merkwan, in hindsight, probably should have just taken a knee and ended the play right there. Call your timeout, set up that last play, but the Bobcats strip him of the football, and then they return it to the 40-yard line. There's only 3 seconds left, but Brookings is going to knock off the Pierre Governors. A 7-game win streak will come to an end. Unsportsmanlike is on Brookings. You can't fault them for that with a celebration. This is an emotional game here. It'll be an emotional win for the Bobcats. For what it's worth, a 19-yard pass play for the Governors there, but and the 15-yard penalty marks them back to the 25, and they're going to call a timeout here. 21-14, we'll just keep it here for the time being. So, the Governors will fall short tonight, 21-14, and again, oddly enough, same score that we had between these two teams in the regular season in Brookings a year ago. But then these two teams met in the Dakota Dome again, and, the Governor defense reigned supreme that night in a 38-6 victory. Will history repeat itself? We don't know. It won't be for a state championship. But if these two teams meet again this season, it might be in just 2 weeks. The question is, what will the seedings look like? If Brookings wins this game, I expect them to be the 2 seed. Governors would probably fall to the 3, and at 6-2, definitely would still be ahead of 5-4 Yankton. Yankton has won tonight, so you'd probably have yourself set up at a 3-2 ball game. T-Area, with a 20-13 lead in the second half on West Central, would remain the number 1 seed. They'd even get an extra power point added to their average. And Brookings with 1 snap to go. They've got it. They kneel on it. And the Brookings Bobcats will come into Pierre and knock off the second-ranked Pierre Governors. Good ball game, but your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's Brookings 21 and the Bobcats 21. The Governors 14. Brookings improves to 7-2 on the season. The Governors will fall to 7-2. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay cool or stay warm, in fact, all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Let's take a 3-minute timeout, our halftime break. I just don't want this night to end. Our postgame comes up. Postgame brought to you by Family Dental Offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. In 3 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football. Your official voice of the Governors is River 92.7, live streaming at drgnews.com.
The team at Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all of their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable, and to have the healthiest and best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all of your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, implants, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Dr. Ryan Jensen welcomes new patients too. Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all of your family's dental needs. Hey DQ fans, there's a new treat in town this fall, the Reese's Pieces Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. It's a match made in flavor heaven with Reese's Pieces, chocolate chip cookie dough, and peanut butter topping, all mixed in world-famous soft serve. You heard that right, Reese's Pieces and cookie dough. So introduce your taste buds to these sweet soulmates and grab the Reese's Pieces Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
There's one place to watch Pierre Governors sports online, and that's liveticket.tv. Go Govs Live is where you can find Pierre Governors sports online. And the folks at Live Ticket thank all of the sponsors that help make sure that it's all brought to you for free. And if you'd like to sponsor Pierre Governors sports, just call Live Ticket at 833-605-LIVE. That's 833-605-LIVE. Pierre Governors sports. Watch them online with Live Tickets.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Finances, retirement, and investments can all be confusing. Even though we have access to an infinite amount of information, often there is a disconnect between what we should do and what we are actually doing. That's why at Ranky Gray Wealth Management, our team has devoted over 35 years to bringing clear advice about reaching financial independence. The information you need and how to apply it is as simple as calling Scott and I at 224-5959 or visit rankygray.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial Member FINRA. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM and Ranky Gray Wealth Management from LPL Financial.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino from the App Store or Google Play. It only takes a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field. The Governors coming up short tonight, 21-14. The 7-game win streak is history, but as we get into the postseason starting next week, Pierre will have a home game, but probably as a 3 seed. And if they should win that one, assuming Brookings would win in their first round, their quarterfinal game as a 2 seed, quite likely we might see these two teams hooking up again, but in Brookings rather than here on the grass at Hollister Field here tonight, which I think a lot of Governor fans probably would have been looking forward to. However, a great game tonight, especially by the Bobcats and their defense. Their offense, I think, you look at Brookings and their game plan, they just want to run the football, run as much time as they can. They were able to do that on several occasions, but it was their defense that came up big. Even though Lincoln Keenholz and company run for a lot of pass for a lot of yards tonight, as we try to do a very unofficial job of all of the passing stats that we'll be giving to you in just a little bit. But Brookings made some huge plays specifically where they need to be made, and that is in the red zone. They picked Lincoln Keenholz off twice in the end zone. Once was at the end of the first half, but the Governors, they had some opportunities. They could have tried the kicking game as Cole Peterson was back. He did have to kick one kick of 35 yards for PAT, even though that was wide. I don't know if that factored into the Governors' decision to go for 6 rather than 3 on a few occasions. Maybe we'll have a chance to talk to Coach Steele about that, but I think obviously the coach and company, his staff, they're going to trust that offense more times than not. And I think in this case, they just definitely want to see what kind of plays can be made against the best 11 AA defense that the Governors have seen all season long. And by and large, those plays were not made on this particular night by the Governors. The first half scoring started in the first quarter when the Governors got a 7-yard pass from Lincoln Keenholz to Cade Kaiser over the middle. But after a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty on a half-hearted spike of the football, the Govs were marked back, and they had to try a 35-yard kick. Cole Peterson had the distance, but he missed it wide to the right. It was 6-0. 3:22 left in the first. Brookings countered with a 6-minute, 21-second drive. It took us into the second quarter. Tyson Brandt, a 4-yard run. Peyton Theodosopoulos with the PAT made it 7-6. And then after picking off the Governors for the first time in the end zone, Brookings comes back and goes 80 yards on 3 plays, all on the ground, 2 long rushing attempts. One of them a 38-yarder by Tyson Brandt, another one that went 41 yards for Hunter Gray. He takes that one to the house. That made it 14-6 with 6:32 to play. The Governors got down to the 15-yard line at the end of the first half, but again, throw an interception as Brookings got that one at the goal line rather than perhaps kicking what could have been maybe a 32-yard field goal. We go to the second half. Governor defense responds right away. A 3-and-out, and that put the ball into the Governor's hands at their own 31-yard line after a Bobcat punt. 3 first downs later, in fact 4, the Govs are down inside the 10-yard line. But at the 8-yard line, they go 4-and-out. Brookings was able to deny And the Bobcats take over on their own 8-yard line. They make their way out to the 46, but their drive stalls, and they go for it on 4th and 3. But the Governor defense comes up big, and they take over on downs inside Brookings territory at the 46-yard line. But the Govs, in this case, get to the 14 after 4 plays. But then the passing game sputters as they go 0 for 4. And again, Brookings is able to hold serve, and they'll take over on downs at their 14 early 4th quarter. We only had 4 possessions, both teams combined, in that entire 3rd quarter of play. Then Brookings, on their first possession of the 4th quarter, end up fumbling the football on a 4th down rushing attempt. The Governors cover it up, and they take over on the Bobcat 34, but a 4 and out from there. And again, the Bobcats able to stymie that Governor passing offense, and what you might call a passing attack. It wasn't much of an attack in some cases, and that was one of them. The Bobcats able to make that crucial play when they needed it. Then from the 29-yard line, the Cats go 3 and out. The Governors start on the 47. From there, again, in Brookings territory, and this time they go 5 plays, and they get a Keenholz to Matthew Hansen touchdown under the goalpost from 9 yards out. Keenholz ran it in for 2 to make it 14-14, but Brookings comes back with a 5-play, let's make that a 6-play, 73-yard drive. Tyson Brandt runs it in from 4 yards out. The Otosopoulos PAT makes it 21-14. That with 1:27 left. Governors run 8 plays, but come up short in the end, and Brookings comes away the winner tonight, 21-14. Steve Steele, a chance to talk about this one, and I'm not sure quite where to begin. I think I'll just start where credit is due, and that is with the Bobcat defense. I mean, they, like I was just mentioning, made plays when they needed to be made, and you got to tip your hat.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can say other than that. I mean, shoot, did we win a 4th down on either side of the ball today? I mean, you just got to give credit to them. I think they were 3 or 4 on offense on 4th down, and we were or maybe 1 of a bazillion on 4th down, on offense. So they won the plays that mattered. I thought we moved the ball well. We just got down there, and when for whatever reason we couldn't do anything in the red zone today. Missed a couple good throws and then bad throws, a couple open players. I mean, like I said, we just weren't clicking today, but a lot of that credit has to go to Brookings. They had a good game plan.
I think the most important thing for your kids tonight is this game certainly felt like a postseason game, and it's going to be possibly a postseason game, maybe in a couple of weeks. But I kind of felt the way it felt maybe for them. Maybe they had the nerves going a little bit, and we saw some nervy plays, some drop passes and things like that. There were some good pass completions later on as the game went along, but for whatever it is, Brookings defense in that red zone just they had your number tonight.
They did, and like I said, it's a tough one. It's a tough way to lose when you can get all the way down there so many times and come away with nothing. But like I said, ultimately, like we've said, you said it the best way when I was walking up the stairs there. I mean, they made the plays that mattered. Their defense was bend don't break. And then, like I said, they just continued. They ran their game plan offensively very perfect. They were able to hold on the ball and limit our possessions, and then they cashed in when they got down there.
Is this the most physical team you played this year, 11 AA?
I don't know. They're definitely the most patient. I said their offense was really good at not stressing, about maybe being in a 2nd and 8 or a 2nd and 4, and, that 4th and 4 down that they scored on. I mean, that's the situation a lot of teams will pass or, do a rollout pass, and, they trusted their game plan and what they did and ran a good play on us. So, again, it's one of those games you just got to tip your hat and hope we get to play them again and can scheme them up.
And it's got to be a frustrating night for guys like Keenholz and the receivers who are used to making big plays tonight, but you only had a couple of maybe 30-plus yard pass completions this evening, and the adjustments that they had to make in running more underneath routes and trying to pick up yardage in smaller chunks tonight. That's an adjustment, but it doesn't mean you can't make plays like that. And I think you did on several occasions.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, and I think the other thing is it's just a hard mentality. I think the guys are so used to being the high flying, and being able to put it up and get those big plays and quick drives. And I mean, you got to credit Brookings just didn't let that happen. I mean, they backed the house up like they were playing NFL football and kept things in front of them and really forced us to check underneath. So I said they did a lot of good things.
And that's recognition on the part of the quarterback. And sometimes he's looking 3-4 looks, but sometimes you just got to throw and get rid of it just to save possessions too. So how smart of a game in Lincoln Keenholz's progression was this from that standpoint?
Well, and it was a good game from him. And the second pick especially. I mean, that's a 4th fourth down play. He's scrambling out to the side. I mean, it's a smart play to throw the ball.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you run out of bounds, we give up the ball anyway. Put it up into the end zone, see what happens. I mean, you can't fault them for that. It was kind of the story. Hit their hands and we dropped it, and I think we had 3 fumbles. You know, so I said just a lot of uncharacteristic.
To get the kicking game involved, thought processes on.
So that was a miss. So when we scored, we had to go for 2. And the first time when we got down into the red zone there, we were kind of looking like, well, we probably could have tried and kicked every time, and we'd have known. But once we were kind of riding that pony, we just rode it all the way.
But you know what? Your defense came up big a lot of times tonight, too. Talk about the defensive effort.
Yeah, I mean, they did a really good job keeping us in it. I mean, I said especially that second half. I mean, the first half it was kind of played exactly the way they wanted to play. They got that lead and were able to take it into halftime and get the ball. But then the second half, they kept us in it.
Coming up. Obviously, the goal hasn't changed.
Yeah, well, I mean, the goal hasn't changed. 9 at least. I think 4 or 5 will probably still be Yankton Watertown. And now we know T should be T Brookings us for 1, 2, 3. But 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kind of depend on how these games go. But, ultimately we get to play whoever we get to play. We know next week we'll be here getting one last game here, or maybe one last game. And, the good, fun thing about this playoffs is I don't think there's going to be any easy ones. So, we've got to prepare for whoever we get and not take anything for granted.
I think most, it's probably Aberdeen was 6 coming into tonight. They lose. Mitchell was leading at halftime 7-0. They'd be the 7, maybe move up to a 6. And you remember Mitchell from a year ago in that same game. So teams that have played you well, and it's the first round, but you're going to get a tough opponent.
Yeah, I mean, no matter who it is, there's not going to be. I don't think you're going to see many blowouts, in this first round this year. I think there's going to be a lot of good football games, and it's kind of like tonight. I mean, we were just a little bit off. I mean, we can't afford that. Starting next week, a little bit off, your season's over, and every single team could say that.
Yeah. All right. Well, Coach, you learned some things about every loss, and I'm sure everybody will be back and refocus next week.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
Good game in the loss with Coach Steve Steele here at the Governors as they fall 21-14 to the Brookings Bobcats. Let's catch our breaths, and we'll come back, give you the stats after a 2-minute timeout. Our post-game brought to you by Family Dental Offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. The Govs fall tonight, though, 21-14 to the Brookings Bobcats on River 92.7.
At Avera Health Plans, health insurance is more than just coverage. It's about making connections. We connect you with quality health care so you're covered when you need it, to health coaches and nurses who help meet your health goals, and to a quality network of providers, specialists, and 24/7 virtual care. Our focus is on your everyday well-being. Wherever you are along the journey, choose our health plan with connections. Visit averahealthplans.com.
Push it, pull it, drag it, haul it, tow it. Just get your trade to Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Right now, your trade is worth at least $2,500. If it's got a VIN number and on 4 wheels, we'll give you $2,500 for it when you trade it in at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Don't wait. This special won't last long. Get $2,500 when you trade yours in at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayfordtoyota.com. Limit one $2,500 trade per deal. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Back at Phil Troutner Stadium, Hollister Field, Family Dental postgame continues. Brian Oakland here. We're driven by the Office of Highway Safety of the state of South Dakota. It's included in there. So unofficially, 30 of 52, 348 yards tonight. But usually, if Lincoln Keenholz throws for 348 yards, usually that might be 17 or 18 completions rather than 30 completions. So you got to credit Brookings' passing defense with keeping Keenholz under wraps for the most part tonight. Out of receiving-wise, Keenholz did have 2 touchdown passes, 7 yards to Cade Kaiser, 9 to Matt Hansen tonight. Receiving, it's Hansen, the leading receiver for the Governors, 6 catches, 104 yards with that 9-yard touchdown. Jack Merkwan caught 9 balls tonight, but his longest was he had a 28-yarder to set up the second touchdown, had a 19-yarder late, but that was the one he got stripped of the football on to end the ball game. 83 yards for Jack on 9 grabs tonight. And again, if Merkwan's catching 9 passes, he's probably, in most cases, over 200 yards with a couple of touchdowns this year. He's not in the end zone tonight, and just another example of a weird game that it was for the Governors. Meanwhile, Trey Lewis catches 4 passes tonight out of the backfield, 51 yards. Jet Zabel, 4 catches, 41 yards. Cade Kaiser, 4 catches for 37 yards, had the 7-yard touchdown as well. 19 yards on 2 grabs for Jaden Weeby. Jackson Edmond catches his first pass of the year in his first game of the year from the tight end spot for 13 yards as well. On the ground, Keenholz will run for 67 yards and on 11 keeps, and Trey Lewis with 4 carries for a total of 11 yards. The Governors run for, I thought I had all this written down, but they'll run for, quick math, 80 yards, something like that. In fact, I just never finished it off. So 67 yards and what do we say, 11? That's 78 yards, along with 348 through the air, but 2 sacks of Keenholz for losses of 7 yards. So net passing, 341. That'll give the Governors about 419 yards of total offense tonight. They were penalized 9 times, and I didn't really feel like asking Coach Steele about the penalties tonight, but there were some real difficult situations. Some led into that by penalties. Some of them kind of brought about more penalties. It just wasn't the best night in that regard for the Governors. They did pick up 22 first downs, but a crucial stat, 4 turnovers for the Govs tonight. One of them, again, a desperation throw at the end of the first half, but a fumble to ultimately end the game was among those as well. But that's a number that the Govs are unaccustomed to seeing from their offense here this season. Meanwhile, Brookings will run up 253 yards of offense on the ground. Tyson Brandt runs 19 times for 110 yards, a pair of 4-yard touchdowns. Hunter Gray had the 2 biggest runs of the night, though, 41 yards for a touchdown and a 49-yarder to set up the winning score by Brandt. But Gray, other than those 2, runs 11 carries, 98 yards, and as it turns out, he had 90 on 2 carries, so the Governors did bottle him up pretty well. Fullback Izzy Calderon with 24 yards on 8 carries. Justin Koffel, the quarterback, 12 yards on 3 carries. Sam Harden carries 3 times for 9 yards as well. 253 on the ground. Through the air, it's Koffel connecting on 3 of 8 passes, 1 to Hunter Gray for 16 yards, 1 to Brandt for 11, 1 to Jackson Hoffman for 3, 3 of 8 for 30 yards total. Sacked once for a loss of 5, so 25 yards of total passing is 278 total for the Bobcats. They're penalized and marked off 65 yards on 5 penalties. They pick up 12 first downs, did turn it over twice, but they win the turnover battle, and they win the ball game 21-14. So, again, it's kind of difficult to speculate who's playing whom next Thursday, playoff night number 1, the quarterfinals of the 8-team field in the 11 AA playoffs. The Govs we expect to be the 3 seed. Brookings will have 2 home games if they stay alive after the first round, and they would entertain the 7 seed. My speculation is that it could be Aberdeen Central falling to 7. Mitchell, who had a 7-6 lead over Huron going to the 4th quarter, could actually rise up to the 6th seed, and they would be the opponent of the Governors. It could be Mitchell if it's not Aberdeen coming here to Hollister Field next weekend. And then if Huron is not able to win that game, Sturgis is going to win, and they might even pass Huron for the 7th seed, even though Sturgis isn't going to get a lot of help in the power points playing Douglas here tonight. At any rate, whenever it is, whether it's 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock next Thursday night, it'll be here at Hollister Field for the Governors, and we'll have it here on River 92.7. We do have volleyball coming up tomorrow for Governors as they'll try to bounce back off of a frustrating loss Tuesday at the hands of the Huron Tigers. They take on the Douglas Patriots tomorrow, 7 o'clock first serve, and we'll be on the air at 6:25. We still have orders of business in our postgame to take care of. Let's start with the big plays of the game. Big plays are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre, and we talk about those after this 30-second break from Hermanson Endodontics. This is Governor Football.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Ryan Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much of the tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre, big plays of the game, and I think in specific plays on the field, you've got to look at when it was 14-14, the Governors tie it up with 3:44 to go, but Brookings comes right back, and they get two big running plays. Actually, one big running play, a 49-yarder from Hunter Gray to get him down inside the 10-yard line. They run it in with Tyson Brandt from there, and I think that 49-yarder is big of a play in this game as any. But you got to look at some defensive plays as well for Brookings, and I think the biggest play of this game, and I wish I knew who actually picked off the pass in the end zone. The first interception thrown by Lincoln Keenholz, trying to float one up to his 6'5" tight end, Jackson Edmond, but underneath coverage, perhaps by one of the linebackers, if not one of the defensive backs. But that interception by Brookings, which took place in late, let's make that at the 7:44 mark of the second quarter. Defense reigned for the Bobcats tonight, and that's the biggest play of the game right there. If the Governors scored there, they go back on top, maybe 13, maybe 14-7 if they go for two at the time. Maybe it's 12-7. But I think that play by the Brookings defense kind of dictated the way the rest of this game very well might go, and that is exactly what happened. So that interception in the second quarter in the end zone by the Bobcats, tonight's big play of the game, brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. With players of the game, we've got a lot to talk about. We'll keep them local, but certainly Tyson Brandt was huge tonight on both sides of the football. 110 yards rushing, couple of scores, couple of passes defended tonight as well. And this kid is an athlete, and he plays well on both sides of the football. Hunter Gray had a couple of fumbles tonight, but obviously had some big runs, and he played well on the defensive side of the football too. So he'll get a pat on the back in honorable mention when we talk about big plays of this game. Jackson Eck, linebacker, stud for the Bobcats. He was big tonight too. So let's talk about Governors when we look at plays of the game, or players of the game. That's brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre, and we'll announce our player of the game when we return with more of our Governor post game.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Heading to the campground, hunting the fields, fishing the waters, Cowboy Country Stores are ready for you. Feed the family while on the go with delicious food. Breakfast starting at 5 a.m. Fresh baked pastries, coffee, regular and breakfast pizzas, Federal Bird Stamps, convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores and Champs Chicken on Euclid and Harrison in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Players of the game for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. I think I'll go with two of them tonight. There were two guys I was really impressed with. One of them offensively for Matthew Hansen, who first two routes that he ran tonight, he had to go across the middle. Got a little bit tentative. Had one that he could have had a nice gain on, but pulled the hands back. But he made some big plays and some big receptions. Had a 9-yard touchdown that was tacked on with a 2-point conversion to tie the game late. And Matthew Hansen, maybe with his best game of the season, 6 catches, 104 yards, and a big 36-yarder to kind of set some things up in that first half. The kid's he's been making plays all season long, but is kind of working in the shadow of Jack Merkwan and the big season that Merkwan's having, teaming up with Lincoln Keenholz. So Matthew Hansen, player of the game number 1, but I really thought on the defensive side of the football, Joshua Strand played outstanding linebacker tonight. This guy broke up a lot of plays. The Governors had to come up with some big fourth down stops, and Strand was in on some of those. When Brookings is in short yardage situations, they know they can trust their running game against most teams, in most situations. But Josh Strand, He's started a few games. He's come in and played off the bench a few times, but kid made plays tonight, and proud of the effort from Josh Strand, so he'll get a T-shirt as well, noting his accomplishments, even though the Governors come up short tonight, 21-14 to the Brookings Bobcats. Matt Hansen, the senior, Josh Strand, senior as well. Players of the game, brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. So we'll take a look at the scores here. In fact, why don't we take a 1-minute timeout? We'll come back and set things up. We'll look at the smaller classes that are having playoffs first round, and we'll look at the rest of the big schools as well, and then we'll set you up with upcoming action here as our post-game continues. This is Governor Football.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Beck Motor Company is kicking off fall with up to $200 tire rebates along with 4 free oil changes. Enjoy $40 off a full detail on your vehicle. Nothing is missed with this hand wash and wax, carpets and seats, shampoo, and more. Take $15 off a light detail, starting as low as $75. Call us at 224-5912. Visit us online at beck-motors.com. Happy fall.
Every day, making a great deal better.
I knew they were back at Hollister Field as we take a look at the scores here. 21-14 Brookings defeating the Governors tonight. Meanwhile, at Aberdeen Central, the Eagles lose to Sioux Falls Roosevelt 41-14. Roosevelt, of course, has kind of asserted themselves as one of the better teams in 11 AAA. No shame there for Aberdeen Central. Yankton defeats Watertown in Watertown tonight 20-13. So Yankton remains the 4 seed at 5-4. Watertown will fall to 3-6, but with Aberdeen also losing, falling to 3-6. Be interesting to see. Like Coach Steele said, probably thinks Watertown will remain a 5. Aberdeen could remain a 6 unless Mitchell has enough in the power average to tie them. Meanwhile, out west, Sturgis looking for a win that might put them in the 8th spot. They're leading Douglas 33-7. That was actually a halftime score. T-Area going to defeat West Central tonight out of 11A, 27-13. That's the score with a minute to go. Spearfish leads Belle-Fourche 21-7 in the third quarter. And Mitchell and Huron, down to the wire they'll go. With a minute left, or a minute and a half, we had a 14-14 game. They've got a 14-14 game with 1 minute left, so they may be headed to overtime in Huron tonight. In 11 AAA, O'Gorman knocks off Jefferson tonight, no problem, 49-6. Stevens beats Rapid City Central out west, 49-0. Harrisburg in the battle of 1 versus 2 is destroying Brandon Valley 38-14. Didn't really see that much of a blowout coming. Washington leads Lincoln at halftime in Sioux Falls 17-9. And in 11A, Chamberlain was playing out at Custer to close out the regular season tonight, early fourth quarter, and Custer had a 14-0 lead, but it's now 26-21. The Wildcats leading in that one. So let's take a look at 11B, and we'll run down playoff scores here tonight. And why don't we give you as much as we can? It's the playoffs, after all. Beersford with the first upset of the night, defeating Mount Vernon Plankinton 27-24. Elk Point Jefferson, the 5 seed. I think, by the way, Mount Vernon Plankinton was a 4 seed in 11B. Beersford was the 13. No, that's a 3-14, in fact. Elk Point Jefferson, the 5 seed, defeats St. Thomas More 56-28. Winner, the top seed, no trouble tonight with Clark Willow Lake 60-0. The Warriors on their way again. Bridgewater Emory Ethan, now the 7 seed, will defeat Hot Springs 48-6. Good ball game with McCook Central Montrose 9-6. They defeat Woonsocket Wessington Springs Sanborn Central. That was the 8 versus 9 game in Wessington Springs. Wagner about to pitch an upset too, 28-14, 4 minutes left. They lead Groton. Groton was the 4 seed. Sioux Valley, the 2 seed, leads Dual 54-20. Aberdeen Roncalli, the 6 seed, leads number 11, Redfield, 7-6. They are at halftime in Aberdeen. And in 9AA, we've got on the air still Lyman leading Stanley County. This is on KPLO FM. Lyman with the 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, leading the Buffaloes 22-0. Lyman just one loss on the season. Timberlake has a 14-8 lead over Leola Frederick. Ipswich defeats Lemon McIntosh 36-0. Hanson with a 70 spot over Elkton Lake Benton 70-22. Platte Geddes, the defending champion in 9AA, defeats Chester tonight 35-12. I thought Chester was poised to do some good things in the postseason, but their season comes to an end. Parkston over Bonham tonight 20-15. Garrettson on top of Hamlin 28-7, and Canastota Freeman leads Florence Henry halfway through the fourth quarter 22-20. In 9A, it is DeSmet 62-12 over Britton Hecla. Look out for the Bulldogs. Harriet Selby, the top seed, added this one on Star 99. They beat Northwestern 50-6. Woolsey Wessington mercy rules Oldham Ramona Rutland 50-0. Gregory leading Burke in the second half 27-6. Warner with a mercy rule win over Phillip 54-0. Wall mercy rules North Central 56-6. Wall is the 2 seed, I believe. Harriet Selby is the number 1. Castlewood defeats Kadoka area out west tonight in the 9 versus 8, 42-20. And Howard on top of Kimball Whitelake 40-6. That's a final. In 9B, Gayville Vollen defeats Langford tonight 36-14. Del St. Mary's over Corsica Stickney 40-0. Alcester Hudson defeating the Sully Buttes Chargers 34-0. Sully Buttes' season will come to an end tonight. Avon, the top seed over Esteline Hendricks 64-14. Hitchcock Tulare shuts out Faith 38-0. Hitchcock Tulare, by the way, will go to Gettysburg on next Thursday. Potter County defeats Jones County 52-6 on KMLO. Faulkton area shuts out Cologne 52-0, and Harding County defeats New Underwood tonight 26-12. So there is that's all the scores we've got for you. And of course, as we mentioned, Governors will host a first round game, a quarterfinal game next Thursday night. And still, we're not sure of the start time, whether it'll be 6 o'clock like tonight or the customary 7 o'clock. So stay tuned for more on that. Volleyball comes up tomorrow night. The Governors host the Douglas Patriots. That'll be at 6:30 with the pregame, and 7 o'clock first serve. And then the Governors on the volleyball court will host the Brookings Bobcats on Tuesday night from Rigside Gym as well. Also, 7 o'clock start, 6:30 pregame. On your way to and from high school sports, don't forget South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team, and they remind us all to buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Caleb Brozick and company on camera tonight. Heather Williams running the show in studio tonight. Not tonight for the Governors. It's the Brookings Bobcats who come away with the 21-14 victory on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. So until we talk with you with volleyball tomorrow and again on Tuesday, high school football in the postseason next Thursday, I'm Brian Oakland for DRG Media Group Sports. Once again, Brookings 21 and the Governors 14. Have a good rest of this Thursday evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us.